Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tarot on Purpose. This reading is asking Spirit about the number 222. This is a number that is significant in numerology and also is considered an angel number. It's something that people may be seeing as a sign or a synchronicity. So I wanted to take the opportunity to ask Spirit, what does it mean when you're seeing this number? Why are we seeing this number? There are a lot of interpretations of the number and what it can mean, and I think that's because we all have different personal journeys that we're on. So I've chosen my decks and aligned some crystals with them that are talking about the different realms working together and kind of the in-between realms between the earth and the spiritual realm, and them all working together to bring goodness to the world, shine our lights, and uplift the hearts of the world. Also, I'm taking advantage of the date being February 22nd, so 222 on the calendar. Also, it relates a little bit to the February moon where we're moving from the winter into spring and hidden things are emerging. So I'm hoping that we will get some information from Spirit. Why are you seeing 222? What does it mean for us? And although I'm doing it around the time of February 22nd, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you are seeing this number 222, I'm hoping this reading will have information that will be helpful and inspiring to you. We have 4 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 is the 4 Hoxa Tarot and this kyanite crystal. Eight of Water is an example card. 8 of Cups. Pile 2 is the Enchanted Forest Tarot with this Phoenix Rising Stone, which is a combination of turquoise, malachite, chrysocolla, and quartz. Ten of Spells, which in this deck would be the 10 of Wands, is an example card. Pile 3 is the Hidden Realms Tarot with this dumortierite crystal. Six of Pentacles example card. And pile 4 is the Sacred Bee Tarot with fluorite. I didn't have a large piece of fluorite, but I wanted the size to match. So here are 4 little ones to make one big one. And the example card is 10 of Cups. Take your time to decide which pile or piles you would like to listen to, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to this reading asking Spirit about the number 222. What does it mean for you, and why are you seeing it? You've come to the reading with the kyanite crystal, which is a harmonizing crystal that helps us make honest assessments of our situation because it balances chakras, helps us see and understand new and different perspectives, and helps build bridges. And the 4 Hoxa Tarot, whose creator said that this tarot is showing a world where dark and light meet, the elements rule, so earth, water, fire, air rule, and where we find ourselves connecting to a force outside of our own. So I'm hoping it will help us with the 222 synchronicity sign and symbol we may be seeing. It's telling me see the back of the deck first of all. We have 6 of water, which would be 6 of cups. Balance and harmonizing with the 6 there. We've got some blue flowers going through there, 6 of them, that are a nice tie back to the kyanite there. So helping us make honest assessments about our situation and balancing things in a nice harmonious giving and receiving state. We'll leave that flipped over here as back of the deck energy just because it really wanted to come out first. These first 4 oracle cards that I have up here are intended to help us get an idea about this theme of this reading, set the energy for this reading, and then we'll fill this in with tarot and follow up with additional guidance from these 4 oracle cards. And then at the end of the reading, after I do all 4 piles, I will do a collective extended message to add on to all of the piles and give Spirit a time to come through when maybe it wasn't appropriate to do so in either of the piles. So that'll be another timestamp at the end after all 4 piles are done. So to begin your reading, we have from the Tree Angel Oracle, you have number 16, reduces to 7, and it's black poplar. This card in the guidebook speaks about a breath of fresh air coming in and finding freedom to fly to new horizons, but remaining very strongly grounded in your roots. This is Mercury and air energy coming in. And from the Earth Magic Oracle, we have ceremony with invocation. Oh, interesting. There's a snake coiled up here in the corner, and this lady looks like she's doing some kind of ritual, and of course it says ceremony there. Of course, we do invocations when we are making prayers or asking Spirit for guidance, and we do ceremonies to help bring those in, but also to celebrate the good things in life, celebrate milestones that we've had. There's fire energy throughout here. And there's a little floating figure right here. Looks like maybe, initially it looked like Medusa to me, but also as I look at it more and it's holding a round crystal ball, it looks like Mother Earth as well. There's one other deck that I have that talks about how Medusa was actually a misunderstood lady who was turned into a monster for reasons that weren't related to anything that was her fault. We may have some idea about misunderstandings here. The kyanite here talks about being able to see and understand new and different perspectives, and then this tarot talks about where the forces of dark and light meet. So that's interesting. And I want to see if the guidebook mentions why that snake is there. I mean, she could very well have a pet snake. It's just catching my attention for some reason. Okay, the guidebook doesn't specifically mention why this snake is here, but just mentions it's a snake spirit guide animal that's there with that woman. It does specifically say in the guidebook that you may have drifted or felt disconnected from Spirit, and this is encouraging you to do what you need to regain that spiritual connection. So we have the 222 number already saying when we see it, it's a breath of fresh air coming in from Spirit to help us reconnect to them, yet staying rooted to the earth. It is very annoying that my neighbor is working on their motorcycle right when I'm trying to do this reading. So enjoy that, as they seem to have fixed their engine. There's two things that come to mind with that snake being there. The first thing I think of is very common understanding of the snake is kind of the evil influence in the Garden of Eden that enticed Adam and Eve to eat from the tree of knowledge. But also there is the Ouroboros, which is the snake that is said to surround the earth and protect it, and it's kind of holding its tail in its mouth, forming a circle of protection around the earth. So this is Spirit also saying that you are protected as you go through reconnecting with Spirit and flying free off to new horizons. And that protection, that circle of protection around the earth speaks also to remaining rooted. That's a lot of reminders already coming through for a 222 number. Okay, from the Hidden Realms Oracle, we have the High Lord of Gratitude and Service with selflessness, humility, and conscious action. Conscious action. Intentional movement. Oh yes, in the guidebook, this black poplar card also said, get ready to move. This isn't the time to sit and wait. This is a time for movement, both mentally and physically. It actually encouraged physical exercise. That may be something for you, a reminder if you're able. And it said drink water. So it's bringing the water element in, reminding us to be hydrated, which is a nice wellness reminder for us. I mean, these numbers don't always have to be big, profound meanings, right? They can just be little nudges from Spirit that help us get through life. And it's like, remember to drink water, take a sip, take a breath. Gratitude and service, connected to ceremony and invocation, and remaining rooted as we move on to new horizons. And then from the Sacred Forest Oracle, we have Crystal Cave with Trust. Oh, there's a number 9 there, so that ties to the Hermit card, and then this 16 would tie to the Tower card in Tarot, which would be some kind of disruptive change. But look at how these are already matching here with the ceremony and invocation. And Crystal Cave, you've got a woman with a crystal ball here on each card. A woman doing some kind of ritual or ceremony with crystals. And both of them look like they're deep in reflection. And then you have indications of Spirit coming in with these little stars here and this waft of air here coming in. So this is a reminder of Spirit trying to reconnect with you. That, for the most general message for 222 I see for you, is Spirit trying to reconnect with you. And may be encouraging you to take more time for reflection in order for Spirit to do that. But we also had that black poplar card here saying, now's the time for movement. So that's an interesting opposition almost, with these cards saying reflect and this one saying move. Sometimes movement can be helpful for gaining insight and actually reflecting. It's sometimes really hard to sit still and just meditate and reflect in the kind of standard way that's people encourage with clearing your mind and sitting still. So sometimes moving may help. You can move by taking a walk outside. I was reminded of some places where it's winter. Some people just go into stores or malls and walk laps around those. So that might be an interesting way to reconnect with other people, with society. Reflection through movement here. They're both, actually all three figures in these cards are seeming like they're reflecting. I mean, this guy's actually shining, but they're actively reflecting. They're not sitting in that traditional pose with their eyes closed. They're doing something, right? So this is Spirit encouraging you to do active reflection in order to connect with Spirit or on a deeper level, or reconnect with Spirit if you are feeling disconnected. I think that's a pretty good start for setting the tone of the energy. It's pretty consistent, a little bit of differing messages in there, but that's expected, right? So let's go ahead and see what the tarot has to say. Well, I'm gonna leave this Six of Cups there as the back of the deck energy. And we're going to take 4 tarot cards to fill in that gap there. It's the intention. I get more information from Spirit on why are we seeing 222 and what does it mean for us. Balance and harmony, seeing different perspectives. Okay, 4 cards, Spirit, please. There we go. We got one finally coming out. We have the 5 of Earth. 5 of Pentacles. Wow. Look at that. It's an Earth card, but look at those fiery wolves, a pack of wolves. And it's very fiery energy coming through there. And it was hard for me to see, but those black things that the lady is looking at are what look like wilted and dried up flowers or plants. So this is, this card is depicting, the typical 5 of Pentacles is a card about lack and feeling as if you don't have everything that you need or want. And in this case, this woman is bent down and she's looking at the 5 plants that have withered here. It does look like snow on the ground. And these wolves could be threatening in terms of they're circling her, but they're not attacking her, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wolves on there. If this is winter time, the wolves are getting hungry as the winter has gone on, and everything that they had at the beginning of the winter is starting to dwindle their food supply, and they're getting hungry and waiting for spring to come. We have 2 things coming through your reading that could be considered traditionally threatening or evil, with this pack of wolves kind of circling and this snake here. So, but neither one is doing anything to harm the person in the card. So that speaks back to misunderstandings. So maybe when you see number 222, to make sure that you are paying attention to, making an honest assessment of the situation to make sure that there are not misunderstandings that can make the situation go awry. All right, let's see what more tarot has to say. I almost wanted to check the guidebook, but tarot is, there we go. We have 9 of Fire, 9 of Wands. Sagittarius energy coming through there with that bow and arrow and fire sign. Look at that again. You have those eyes in the back behind the tree watching, and she's ready for anything that may come. She's overcome some kind of injury potentially here, with it being the Nine of Wands. That's having come through some kind of burden sometime, or having come through some kind of adversity, and she is wearing an eye patch, so she may have been injured and she's working to overcome that, but she's also, it doesn't look like it's hindering her. And then you have the white feathers here coming in, which may be another sign or symbol that Spirit uses with you, is feathers. I'm hearing hawk feathers, but also we've had peacock feathers on these cards. Where did I see peacock feathers? Here. The peacock feathers here on the crystal cave with keyword trust. Yeah, trust in Spirit when you see feathers. When you see feathers, that's Spirit reminding you to trust in Spirit, that they're there with you and they're protecting you, even if it doesn't seem like it. Sometimes when we're being challenged or threatened or feeling like we're lacking something, we can feel really disconnected from Spirit, and this is Spirit saying that they're there and they're protecting you and they're helping you move forward with this movement here, even if it doesn't seem like it. So 222 for you is a reminder that Spirit's there. They're trying to reconnect with you or connect on a deeper level with you, and they want you to trust in them. Especially because so far these are sometimes heavy cards coming out with the 5 of Earth and 9 of Fire. But remember, this is the first one that came out. 6 of Water, 6 of Cups, joy, abundance, happiness, giving and receiving, balance, inner child joyfulness. This is a really happy card here. And the rabbit is a classic symbol of fertility and abundance. My neighborhood is not quiet today. It's making it difficult for me to do a reading without noise interruptions. And it's interesting because the noises aren't really bothering me, but what it's doing is making me think of when you watch this, how disruptive the noises can be. Anyway, that's just what's going on in my surroundings. It is a bright sunny day when I'm doing this, but it's really cold outside. So that's really interesting as well. How we had kind of opposites coming in through here with reflection and movement, wanting to get outside even though it's still cold. Which kind of ties back to Spirit helping you when you feel low or sad or like you're lacking something. Reminding you of the fire inside of you with this sun coming out. There are new horizons coming for you, freedom to fly to new horizons with that black poplar card. Okay, Spirit, let's get 2 more cards. Okay, we have the moon. Number 18. Yeah, look. This lady, I just finished talking about when you feel sad. This lady looks like she might be sad. And then if you can see these fairy figures or winged figures, there's 3 of them flying around her, propping her up. Like they're holding her head up. Like Spirit saying, keep your head up. Hold your head up high. You got this. You're okay. That's another message for when you see 222 is Spirit telling you, hold your head up high, you got this, you're okay, and we're here supporting you. And another mention of reflection here, very literal on that card where she's staring at her reflection in the water. And with this fire energy coming through here, active reflection. Reflection through movement and action, not just sitting there. Spirit is reminding you when you see 222 that it's a time for movement and moving forward and not staying stagnant. Even if your surroundings and your situation are encouraging you to stay stagnant, this is Spirit reminding you to hold your head up high and get moving. Get moving, and that could just be moving into self-reflection, gratitude and service here. Gratitude exercises, what are you grateful for? And service there reminds me of what's going on here? We got 2 more cards coming out here. I'll show these to you in a second. The gratitude and service, with this talking about active reflection, there's a neuroscientist that has a great podcast and YouTube channel. He's called Andrew Huberman, and I'll link the video if I can find it. He talks about gratitude, and one of the interesting things he talks about is that gratitude isn't always just sitting down and thinking about what you're thankful for, which can be really hard to do in these times when you feel lacking, right? But it's talking about how people had a really positive effect when they thought about things that they did where people complimented them or thanked them. And that can seem kind of self-satisfying, self-indulgent, but basically it's talking about remembering times. And with this gratitude and service being paired here, remembering times when you did something that made a positive impact on others, then has a positive return effect on you when you think about that. So it could be something where you did something and someone sent a thank you note to you, and you reread that thank you note, or text or email. Or it can be something where you remember saying something in passing to someone and then them having kind of a unexpected reaction. I think I've told this story in another reading, but I'll retell it here because it's what I think about in terms of gratitude and what that Huberman podcast was talking about, where I was out hiking and another hiker was coming towards me, and just in passing, didn't even stop. I just told him, hey, there's a spot down the way, in the way that you're going, where you can stop and watch some birds that usually don't come out. And as we kept walking, he then stopped and turned around and he said, hey, thank you for that. And I was like, you're welcome. And he said, no, really, thank you. So I don't really know what that meant for him, but it was enough for him to stop and turn around and say thank you. Like I really needed that. Never found out why. Guess I don't really need to know why, but I remember that as a time where I said something, and that's a very small action, right? Just saying something, saying, hey, I noticed that there's some birds up there and it's kind of fun to bird watch when you're out hiking. Reconnecting to nature coming through. So that was a simple act, and that's active reflection, reminding me of that time. So another way could be maybe taking a walk and noticing the things that maybe you didn't notice before, like where the birds are hanging out and they normally aren't, or how active the squirrels are, or etc., right? I don't want to go too much down a rabbit hole there, kind of just riffing here for some reason. But anyway, hopefully the point came through there. We did have 2 other tarot cards come out, and the first is the Four of Pentacles, Four of Earth. Another winter card that can be kind of heavy. Wow, you got heavy cards coming out, pile 1. So the did I say Four of Cups? Four of Pentacles. Holding on to what you have with Four of Pentacles. Maybe, especially because you have the Five of Earth over here and the 4, maybe holding on really tightly to what you do have because you're scared that you're not going to have enough of something. But these are 4 flowers and seeds sprouting here, so that's a reminder of the springtime. And this is actually a fairy with wings on here. It looked to me like they were roots and sprouts going up, but those are part of her wings going there. So this is Spirit telling you, hold your head up high because you do have wings to fly to new horizons, and they're there to support you. Especially during times where you feel low, sad, or lacking, or are overcoming some kind of hurt, some kind of injury, some kind of heartache. And then we had the Ace of Earth, Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, there's a nice positive card coming out with the embodiment of the material world, new opportunities in the material world coming through. So look at the difference in the kind of apathetic look that this character has to this grateful, joyful, peaceful, serene figure in this card here. And they've both got the seeds, Earth, Pentacles. So yeah, that's a reminder from Spirit that new growth, new horizons are coming. Look at how these greens match really well here. Pile 1, I think it's pretty clear here for different messages and meanings for you that the number 222 can mean. It is, especially if during times where you feel low or disconnected from Spirit, 222 for you means that Spirit is trying to reconnect with you or connect with you at a deeper level to remind you of everything that you have to be grateful for in terms of your skills and abilities and the things that you have that can make positive impact on yourself, others, and the world. And that even if it seems dark, there's new horizons, there's freedom coming, there's new horizons to fly to, and Spirit is there to support you. It's a reminder to trust Spirit with that card there and to hold your head up high. Okay, let's see what the other Oracle cards have to say for us here. From the Hidden Worlds Oracle, we have number 29, reduces to 11, reduces to 2. Mountain lights with light beings, portals, and subtle energies. Look at the top of the mountain here. You've got stars and a kind of portal opening there because we have the word portal on there. Light beings, subtle energies. Subtle energies. So 222 for you could be a subtle reminder from Spirit, taking me back to how I said it doesn't always have to be something so profound. It can just be a nudge for the things that help us get through our everyday lives, like hold your head up, you got this, we're here to support you, and drink water. Oh, this is interesting. The guidebook for this 29 Mountain Lights card says, it's talking about light workers, but listen to this. It says, you who see this image now are a part of a collective chosen to do the work that has seen the planet survive more than one time of great danger. You need only hold the space for love, for vibrational energy which is pure and high, to maintain peace and calm in your own self, which will have a soothing effect on all around. And then the last line of this affirmation says, keep the living light inside you alive. There you go. I'm going to leave this here a little bit of, in case you want to screenshot this guidebook, it's summarizing everything pretty well for us here. So that helps me understand what was going on here with these heavy cards coming out in your reading. And then, the way I put these, the positive cards on either side. So this is Spirit reminding you that you are here to help the earth get through dark times, challenging times, and they're here to support you. So not only, I was really focused on the personal situation with these cards coming out, like when you feel down or low or lacking, that Spirit is reminding you that they're there for you. But this is also a reminder with this card that the rest of the world and the collective could also be feeling those same feelings. And we got to work together, because your kyanite is a harmonizing, building bridges stone. We got to work together to bring the earth to a happier, lighter, more peaceful place. And maybe if you see 222, that's a reminder that what you're doing at that moment is helping do that, even if it's something subtle and doesn't seem like it. Small acts of kindness. From the Goddess Dream Oracle, we have forgiveness. Number 12 reduces to 3 with compassion and kindness on there. Yeah. We've got an owl and a deer and the moon in the background, which ties to this moon card as well. Forgiveness, compassion, and kindness. We can make a lot of positive impact by remembering forgiveness, compassion, and kindness, not only for ourselves, but for other people and within the collective. Acting from a place of compassion and kindness in order to get to a state of forgiveness, either for yourself or for others, and it falling under this 9 of fire where she's recovering from some kind of wound, either emotional, mental, physical, can be any, doesn't have to be a literal physical wound. If so, best of luck to you on a healthy recovery. From the Messenger Oracle, we have Honor Gaia. There's Mother Earth. Oh, wow. Phoenix bird here. And then another, well, that's not a feather, but it looked like a feather. Mother Earth coming through. And remember, this figure here reminded me of Mother Earth. So honor the earth. We've got a dragon on there. Oh, and it's holding its tail. I mentioned the Ouroboros earlier, how it's a serpent that is a circle of protection around the earth, and it's holding its tail in its mouth, and then it actually came out on this card. That is really neat. And then this Mother Earth figure here is here. Look at the similarity in that. Different decks, that's confirmation. Let's see what the guidebook has to say from that, because it's not immediately clear to me what it wants me to take from that, like when it means honor the earth. I mean, we just got done talking about how we're here to make the earth a better place, so that makes sense, but I think there's something deeper that I can get from the guidebook on that. The guidebook for this is a very literal message about treating the earth well. Remembering that the earth is a living entity. It's not just the elements. It's a living entity that we need for protection and nourishment. And this says love Gaia or Earth, Mother Earth, as you love yourself. So that's a balanced relationship with the 6 of water here. Giving and receiving of love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness. Love the earth as you love yourself. So not one of those is more important than the other. They're both equally important. You, earth, and society, the other people that we live on earth with. I was irritated with my neighbors in the beginning of this reading. Not irritated in the sense that I was mad at them. It was just kind of annoying timing that they were working on their motorcycle when I was trying to have a quiet time to do a reading. So there you go, disruptions that mean things don't always go the way that we want them to, and we gotta have compassion, kindness, and forgiveness. Not get angry with the other people that are out there in the world. Mountain light beings, portals, subtle energies, subtle ways that we can have a positive impact on Earth. And I was just drawn, I was running my finger over these stars that come this way, and then they go into her hair. And then I saw this tiny little badger here hiding out in the dark. That may be an interesting spirit animal for you. Let me go find something real quick. Okay, I went to find for you because I saw this little badger here. Let me show you. Little tiny badger hiding out there. I wanted to get this. It reminded me of this card in here, from the Animal Spirit deck. It's number 4, Badger Spirit. Be fearless and bold. There you go. And then when I was looking for this card in the deck, I also saw the Peacock one. Number 46 reduces to 10. With Peacock Spirit saying, let it shine. So these two are coming through for really clear, short, succinct messages. When you see 222, be fearless and bold, let it shine. I really like that. Okay, let's see what this final card from the Magical Empowerment cards has to say. We have cycles. We are all becoming. Surrender to your changes. Release your fear. Trust this powerful process. You got 2 dragons on there, forming a circle, kind of yin and yang colors there with the dark and light. The balance, balance, restoring harmony and balance. So Spirit is telling you when you see 222 that it's trying to restore harmony and balance to the earth, and you're here to play a part in that. And it's giving you subtle reminders that Spirit is here to help, even probably especially when it seems like we're going through dark times, or other people in society are going through dark times. The earth is suffering. And Spirit is here to connect with you on a deeper level, or reconnect with you if you feel disconnected, to bring freedom, to move to new horizons. New horizons doesn't have to be a complete change of your situation, even though it does have the 16 Tower card on there. Like, new horizons can just be getting to the next step. Like, if you're walking through this meadow, your new horizon is where the mountain meets the sky, right? You haven't completely changed your situation, but you've just gone to a different place within the same area, a new perspective that helps give you an honest assessment with this Kyanite card of the situation, a new perspective that helps bring harmony and balance back to the earth. Release your fear, trust this powerful process. Hold your head up high and move forward without fear can be another message from Spirit when you see 222. Again, that was hold your head up high and move forward without fear. Be fearless and bold, Badger Spirit. Let it shine, Peacock Spirit. There's a light being within you, a compassionate, kindness person inside of you that can forgive yourself and forgive others, so let that part of you shine. All right, Pile 1, I think that this reading has covered a lot of different things that the number 222 can mean for you. I hope it was helpful and inspirational for you. Again, a lot of different things can come through, but I think this one is really pretty clear. It's just a reminder of Spirit being there to connect with you, and a few different helpful things along the way that can help you, like drink water, do a gratitude exercise, practice compassion, kindness, and forgiveness, and then move forward without fear. Nature is important for you, with Mother Earth coming out twice, and a lot of earth energy here. Pile 1, I felt I needed something a little bit more before I ended your reading, so since I got these two cards, 446, looked up the number 446 in this Kyle Gray Angel Numbers book, and it says, your angels are encouraging you. Your angels are encouraging you to retreat in order to be revived. Balance is essential for your growth. So that ties everything together really well, doesn't it? Balance, essential for growth. Retreat in order to be revived. So that brings in all the reflective energy there. But remember, it wasn't retreat and be still. It wasn't draw back into a cage. I almost said, I meant cave. Yeah, don't go into a cage either. Still be fearless, be bold, and let it shine. But remember those moments of active reflection that you need so that Spirit can help revive you. Retreat in order to be revived. To get that breath of fresh air, to find freedom to move forward yet stay grounded and rooted. We still have the message of movement coming through here, so it's retreat, but don't be still. So that may be just pause and because we have surrender to your changes here. So retreating, this isn't telling you to run away from things. This is asking you to do things of active reflection that keep the cycles moving in Earth to a lighter place. This could also just mean that it's telling you you're moving in the right direction. A revival is coming for you, but it's asking you to find balance with that retreat in order to be revived. We had that drink water move, get out in nature, take a walk. That can just be a reminder to us to not always go forward so forcefully. When we hear be fearless and bold, new horizons are coming, fly free, let it shine, it can be tempting to just stay in that energy, and that's actually a lot of pressure on yourself to stay in that energy and just keep doing that. So this is a reminder to find balance with what you're doing with your wellness, to make sure that you have the energy to be revived. You can receive those blessings that Spirit is bringing in, and then you can use that to move forward and keep the positive cycles of life going. Pile 1, I am going to end your reading here for real this time. I hope it's been helpful and inspirational for you. And if you would like, please check out the collective extended message that's at the end of this video, and you can find that in the timestamps below. Best of luck to you on your journey, Pile 1. I hope to see you again in a future reading, and thanks for spending time with me. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to this reading asking Spirit for information on the number 222. What does it mean when we're seeing it? Why are we seeing it? And is there anything we can do when we do see the number 222? You've come to the reading using this Forest of Enchantment, or the Enchanted Forest Tarot. And this creator of this deck is kind of honoring the forest and talks about how the forest can be something we go through in order to get somewhere else. It can be a place we go to reconnect with nature, to find meaning. And it's a place that's a setting for many stories, grand adventures, and also can be a place of mystery and hidden dangers that we may face. So I've paired it with this Phoenix Rising Stone, which has a combination of chrysocolla, malachite, turquoise, and quartz. So overall, the stone is called the Phoenix Rising, the classic rising out of adversity and growing and shining. But this overall offers psychic protection, while you manifest by bringing emotional clarity and helping you connect to the earth consciousness. The chrysocolla in here helps bring serene, strong feelings when we face challenges. The malachite ignites your survival instinct to help you go through times of transformation. And the turquoise is there to support you on a path to realization, to self-realization, self-actualization. And then the quartz amplifies all of those energies. Set that aside for now, along with the tarot. And we're going to do 4 oracle cards first to get the overall energy of this reading. And then we'll do tarot, and then 4 additional oracle cards here for additional information and guidance. And then after I do all 4 of the readings, I'm going to do a collective extended reading to give Spirit a chance to come through for anything that wasn't appropriate for either pile or that's just a collective message. And that will be a separate timestamp after I do the 4 readings. So if you feel called to, please check that out as well. Your reading starts with the Tree Angel Oracle here, and we have the walnut tree, number 2. And she's holding a triangle, which automatically makes me think of sacred geometry. Kind of place these crystals here just for some modesty there. This walnut tree angel card coming out in your reading to help set the tone is really pretty neat because it talks about how the walnut tree angel is an ancient earth mother that provides nourishment. And not only in the material sense, because we can eat the walnut and it provides really good nutrition and sustenance to keep us going, but also the spiritual gift of wisdom. And I thought that was a really nice tie-in to how this stone here provides the psychic protection while you manifest by providing emotional clarity and connecting you to earth. So we have really nice alignment going on with your cards, your crystals, your tarot deck so far. And this is a nice pairing between earth and spirit, which was kind of the point in putting together this reading to figure out what the 222 number means for you. Why is Spirit showing us this number? What are we supposed to do with that number when we see that number on the earthly plane? From the Earth Magic Oracle, we have Island, Solitude. Pretty purple tree there. It's hard to see with all those dark clouds around it, but it's a nice purple tree there, reminding me of the third eye. Psychic protection. It will be interesting to see how this plays out in your reading, whether or not this is encouraging you to seek solitude right now with the number 222, or if it's to help you when you feel like an island of your own surrounded by an ocean, maybe feeling disconnected, but surrounded by deep emotional things. From the Hidden Realms Oracle, we have the Eyes of Beauty, Positive Expectations and Clarity, number 25, reduces to 7. More purple, pink colors coming through for you. Really third eye heavy on here. Intuition. Walnut Tree Angel bringing us the spiritual gift of wisdom through our third eye, so that we can find clarity and have positive expectations. And then the Sacred Forest Oracle has for us spiritual guardian of summer with expansion. And number 37 reduces to 10, fulfillment of a cycle, ultimate abundance. Expansion. Yeah, because this stone was talking about, oh, and the colors are matching nicely. This stone was talking about providing you protection while you manifest. Look at those colors. Expansion. The guidebook for this card provides a really good message that explains these first three. And I think if we're going to say for what 222 means for you, this is from the guidebook. I'll leave it here while I read if you want to screenshot, because it summarizes things really well. I'm not going to read everything, just a few key points. Vitality, health, success, abundance, healing, and passion are expanding in your life. However, you can't sit back and wait for it to happen. The energy of summer is the energy of working with passion in the direction of your dreams. If you hold back and repress what you feel, you will become drained and your spirit will wane. This is not the time to take care of everyone else. This is time to step forward with passion and delight. You'll be glad you did. So 222 for you is positive reinforcement. We had positive expectations here on this card too, and then this card coming out. 222 for you is spirit encouraging you to chase your dreams. Actively pursue your dreams. The solitude card on here ties to how this card said it's not the time to take care of everyone else. This is reminding you of your purpose, your dreams, your wants, your desires, and what you can do to chase your dreams. Having positive expectations and clarity. Protection while you manifest. That is a pretty clear meaning for what 222 means when you see it for you, pile 2. Positive reinforcement from spirit that abundance and vitality and health are coming your way, and you actively need to pursue your dreams. So keep moving forward. Okay, let's see what we get from tarot to help expand on that. And take 4 cards to fill in that space. Oh, that card wants to come out before I even finished shuffling. So let's take it without me destroying the whole deck here. 9 of Visions. Perfect. In this deck, the visions are cups. And 9 of Cups, 9 of Visions is ultimate achievement of your dreams. A wish come true. That's going to go there. Yes. If any of you were out there doubting after I just said that happiness, abundance, vitality, and health are coming your way, keep moving forward. If any of you were doubting that, this came out to tell you this is a wish come true. This is Spirit saying, no, really, we mean it. For real, girl. Okay, we have 3 more cards, please, Spirit. It's funny, I was wondering if that was going to be tied to the star card at all. And I looked up and on my timer it said 17, well, 17:30, but the number 17 was on there, and so the star card in tarot is number 17, so that was kind of cool. So what flipped out there is the Seeker of Challenges, which is the Knight of Wands. You've got a crow and a horse on there. The knight is not on his horse right now. Interesting. Your cards are coming out this way as it wants to be here. I find this Seeker of Challenges card to be really interesting because it's equivalent to the Knight of Wands, and in a traditional tarot deck, the Knight of Wands is the one that's riding really fast on his horse, and in this case, the knight is not even on its horse. So, what's going on there? Oh, interesting. Okay, so my apologies, pile 2. The Seeker of Challenges is actually the Knight of Swords, so the air element here. So it's not that fast riding Knight of Wands that I was thinking of, but it's the Knight of Air, Swords, Challenges. And that's not a crow either, it's a white raven. So, wow, things are not as they appear. Don't jump to conclusions. Your first initial reaction may not be the whole story. I'm not telling you to not trust your instincts or your gut feelings or your sixth sense, but especially because this is falling under where I was reminding of the third eye, and this malachite and this stone evokes your survival instinct, so your instincts are good. That's not what I meant when I was just saying don't jump to conclusions, or your first thought may not be the whole story, but I think that last part, it may not be the whole story, is important. Interesting. So the guidebook for this card says, the Seeker of Challenges is not going to let you pass. He is spoiling for a fight, determined to find trouble or make it himself. This is a little bit of a warning from Spirit that there will be challenges, and there may be some missing information or more parts to the story that will be helpful for you, and somebody may be keeping that from you. The guidebook was really specifically talking about this as a person in your life, keeping something from you. In this case, for this 222 reading, and how this came out in front of the Nine of Cups and then kind of also in front of this expansion card, let's consider this anything that's a hindrance to you expanding to a better place of abundance and fulfilling your dreams. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out in front of this challenger here. This thing that's trying to block you or hinder you from achieving your dreams. The White Heart, which is the Fool. New beginnings. Inviting you into the forest to explore the deeper mysteries of the forest, deeper mysteries of life, surrounded by really happy-looking greenish, whitish mist and clouds, which reminds me of dreams. Interesting. This is part of something that is encouraging you to expand, and this is something that's trying to block you and hinder you. Two opposing forces here. Light and dark. One positive, one negative. One wants to help you expand and chase your dreams, and the other one wants to block you and hinder you. Whoa, what is going on? That Spirit. What happened there? Nothing came out. What is going on here with this? Polarity is the word coming to mind. Opposition. And we have 2 cards coming out. We have number 2, the Wise Woman, which is the High Priestess in a traditional tarot. And the 2 of Spells. There's the 2 of Wands. Yeah, Spells is Wands. Remember, challenges is Swords, even though I was mistaken there. So 2 of Spells, 2 of Wands, your personal power and resources that are available to you to chase your dream. High Priestess energy coming out through here, and then the purple on this card reminding you that you have intuition and your third eye, wisdom with the walnut card, reminding you that that's strong. Your personal power is the High Priestess energy, the Wise Woman energy. There's some walnuts in that tree as well. That's really cool. It might be a fig. Let's check. Oh, interesting. This guidebook says this is an apple tree. One side bears the silver apples of the moon, and the other the golden apples of the sun. You can pass beneath these boughs to take either the dark path or the light path. There is something alluring about each path, something tempting about each path, with positive and negative aspects to each. So this wasn't necessarily a hard and fast, something's good, something's bad, something's positive, something's negative. This is reminding us that there's good and bad, positive and negative within everything. The dark and the light, the balance between the dark and the light. 2 paths. Yeah, okay, I see that on that card now. So that is what the card looked like. So you can see that better with the dark and light, moon and sun, with the Wise Woman using wisdom. They looked like walnuts to me initially, which was the spiritual gift coming to us from the walnut tree. We have positive expectations and clarity here. So this is Spirit reminding you. Another meaning from 222 could be to remember the different aspects of everything, the light and the dark. There's positive and negative within each. If we look at something we think is positive, what's a negative that could be involved with that? If we look at something negative, what's a positive that could be involved with that? And you have the personal power to do that with this 2 of Wands, 2 of Spells coming out here in order to fulfill your dreams. Because Spirit wants your wish to come true and says that abundance, health, vitality, wellness, wealth is coming your way. You're expanding towards that. But because the personal power is here, you got to do something to help move that forward. You can't just withdraw. It's encouraging you to continue taking the steps that you need to take to co-create with the universe and help manifest things, to manifest your wish come true. This is telling you to play an active part. 222 wants Spirit to want 222 is Spirit wanting you to remember that you play an active part in how your life turns out and how you go about achieving your dreams and wishes coming true. It's here to help you, but you also play an active part in that. You are not helpless. You are strong, with strong personal power with that 2 of Spells coming out, 2 of Wands. Okay, let's see from the Hidden Worlds Oracle. We have number 26, Meditation. Peace, relief, and sanctuary. And if you saw, it came out in reverse. 26 reduces to 8, which is abundance. And because we just were talking about how you can't just withdraw and you need to play an active part, the word sanctuary is on here, and that's why this is reversed. It doesn't want you withdrawing right now. It wants you playing an active part. To achieving your abundance. That's reinforcement of that. Yeah. So 222 is you can do something to help yourself achieve your dreams. From the Goddess Dream Oracle, we have in nature, number 16, connect with nature. We've got a rabbit up here in the sky, a horse spirit, an owl spirit. Oh, and she's holding a cat. Intuition. She's embracing her intuition, and she's guided by spirits that are bringing abundance, strength, and wisdom. Yeah. That's a good summary of what we've talked about so far. Thanks for that confirmation. From the Messenger Oracle, we have nourish the soul. Wow, panther. Well, look at that. It's drinking from a river of fire and has fire eyelashes, highlighting the third eye. So we were just talking about how you can play an active role in achieving your dreams, making your wishes come true, and Spirit is there to help you. We can do that by nourishing our soul. So let's try to get some advice on how to do that. We already had the remembering to consider the positive and negative, the dark and light aspects of everything that we're going through. Every situation we face, every person we meet. So let's see what from the magical empowerment cards we have. Gentleness. Strength is gentle. True kindness has wings. Love in action endures. And you've got doves on there. So that's a reminder to be gentle but strong. And that when love is active, it lasts and endures. So we were looking for what active role can you play to helping achieve your dreams and reach this expansion that Spirit has in store for you. How can you manifest and co-create with gentle strength, true kindness, and love, taking an active part, nourishing your soul in nature. Meditation may be helpful. I kept this in reverse just to remind us not to completely withdraw from society, from the situation, to remain active. So I checked the guidebook to see if we could get some helpful advice for how we nourish our soul and play that active role. And it's pretty neat message in the guidebook. It says, drink in life. Use your senses to explore your world. Touch, see, taste, smell, hear. Experience all that is within you and around you. And look at this. Your life is meant to be a rainbow of color, full of motion and sound. It is not meant to be bland, tasteless experience of simply black and white. Explore yourself and your world every day and nourish your soul with every moment. Not meant to be black and white. I'm really being checked with Spirit here on what I first thought. So, everything may not be as it first appears, and there may be additional information. There may be more to the story. And then remain present and explore the world with all your senses, including your intuition. All right, pile 2. In pile 1, there was an animal that caught my attention, and I was called to find it in this animal spirit oracle. And I wanted to do the same thing for this panther because I'm looking for something a little bit more tangible in terms of guidance for you in what active role you can play in making your wishes come true. Because I think the overall thing for you when you see 222 is Spirit reminding you that this health, abundance, wealth, vitality is what is meant for you, and your wishes and dreams are meant to come true, but you have to play an active role. I wanted to help get a little bit more tangible guidance for you. And then there wasn't one of these animals on these cards that was more prominent than the other. So what I did is I found each one. There ended up being 10, which is kind of cool because that's a nice even number. And 5 of them have like advice and 5 of them have affirmations. So I'm going to go through these 10. I think because this is a general reading, there's going to be things that mean things to different people. And I really did think that the ones that came out for the animals in this reading actually do match up really well, so that's pretty neat. So I'm going to go through these and take from it what you will. I don't mean to add too much information to make things more challenging or difficult to understand, but I do want to provide some tangible guidance for you and some affirmations. So remember, the overall thing is Spirit, when you see 222, Spirit wants you to take an active role in making your dreams and wishes come true, because abundance, health, wealth, vitality, and happiness are what is meant for you. So the cards that have the advice type information on them are the cat spirit, number 13, with claim your independence. And the cat was here with this lady holding it, which also reminded me of intuition, third eye. Here. I was going to put it just on each card. This one didn't have an animal, so we'll just do it that way, because this one has a bunch of animals. We had 58 reduces to 13, reduces to 4. Stag spirit with take the lead, take a leadership role. We have canary spirit, sing your own song, number 12, reduces to 3. Goes with this expansion card here. And a little yellow bird on there. Number 44, powerful number, panther spirit, reclaim your power. Nourish your soul by reclaiming your power. And the dove spirit, be peace, number 21, also reduces to 3. Look at that, mirroring numbers. Sing your own song and be peace. 2 birds. Spirit may be sending birds or feathers to you as additional reminders. So like if you see 222 and birds or feathers at the same time, that's extra emphasis from Spirit. And the dove was here with this: strength is gentle, true kindness has wings, love in action endures. And then the ones that had more affirmation type information on, we had number 36, koi fish spirit. There is always enough. 36 reduces to 9. That's cool. I grabbed the fish card out of the deck because there's fish on this Pentacle Visions imagery here. And it's a 9, reduces to 9. Your wish fulfilled, koi fish. We have the rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time, number 49, reduces to 13, reduces to 4. Lots of 3s and 4s in your reading. There's a rabbit spirit on this in nature, connect with nature. We had number 66, reduces to 12, reduces to 3 again. White raven spirit, trust in the magic. The white raven was on this knight shield. Remember, again, that was the Knight of Air, Knight of Swords. Trust in the magic. The horse spirit, freedom is yours, number 33, reduces to 6. And the horse was with that knight as well. And then finally, owl spirit, number 43, reduces to 7. You see clearly now. And the owl was also on this connect with nature. So there you go. Tons of animals coming out for you guys. Lots of double numbers for you. 4, 4, 6, 6, 3. Oh, wow. And they they all were in that line. 3, 3, 6, 6, 4, 4. And then over here we had mirroring numbers 12 and 21. We had this reducing to 9 right on top of the 9 of Cups, a wish come true. There is always enough. Wish come true. You will achieve your dreams. There you go, pile 2. That's a ton of spirit animals for you. Again, that message for 222, the overall message from the reading was that Spirit wants you to take an active role. When you see 222, a reminder from Spirit that you can play an active role in achieving your dreams because it wants you to have abundance, health, wealth, vitality, and happiness. And we can't do that from withdrawing. We need to have that active role. And we can take an active role in our lives and achieving our dreams by singing our own song, being our own person, taking the lead, taking a leadership role in our own life or with other people in society, trusting in the magic, reclaiming our power, being peace, having gentle strength, true kindness, and love, claiming our independence through using our intuition, so that we see clearly now. Now is a lucky time. There is always enough. Trust in the magic. And freedom is yours. That's really beautiful. Pile 2, I hope you found this reading helpful. I'm going to end it here. I also will be doing a collective extended reading, which you can find a separate timestamp below for additional information from Spirit, giving Spirit a chance to come through to talk more about something that's more collectively related or expand on information that I may not have done in each pile. Thank you for spending time with me, and I hope to see you again in a future reading. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to this reading where we ask Spirit about the number 222. What does it mean when we see it? Why are we seeing it? What can we do when we see it? You've come to the reading using the Tarot of the Hidden Realms, and the creator of this deck wanted to use the elements, fire, air, earth, and water, to speak directly to your emotions. And I think this deck is really cool because it looks like it has 2 eyes looking right out at us with a little sparkle in one of them. And then the crystal for this reading is this dumortierite. This stone is really about enhancing mental clarity and any mental skill, enhancing our intellect. It also helps us see the worth in any human being. It helps us connect with our spirit guides to bring our ideas to fruition, to help manifest our plans, to put our ideas and our plans on paper and start working towards them to actualize them. These first 4 oracle cards will set the tone for the reading, give us an idea about the energy for reading number 3. And then we'll fill in this space with the tarot and get additional information and guidance from these 4 oracles. And then also, after I do all the piles, I will have a collective extended reading to give Spirit a chance to come through for anything I may have missed or expand upon things in the pile, and of course for collective message that anyone coming to this reading is meant to hear, especially when you're seeing the number 222. So we'll start off with the Tree Angel Oracle, and you have number 30, Alder Tree. This card speaks about how the alder tree usually is near a river or a stream, and that's talking about how the earth and the water elements support each other. So the material and the emotional realms supporting each other. And it also encourages us to go with the flow, basically. You can see this energy coming through here, reminding us to go with the flow, and is also asking us to release. Just release. It doesn't necessarily say what to release. So a very, very basic message coming through when you see 222 is the simple word release. And that's going to mean something different based on the situation you're in and to everybody viewing this reading. But the very basic thing from the Spirit right away, when you see 222, remember release. Go with the flow. Yeah, that's good. From the Earth Magic Oracle, we have karma and DNA. Look at that. We've got the helix or the double helix for the DNA there, and it's made out of serpents that are intertwined, which not only speaks about karma, about DNA, but also looks like the caduceus, which is that medical symbol, but also speaks to ancient knowledge. And then, of course, karma is on there. What goes around comes around, but also go with the flow. Yeah, go with the flow, release. What goes around comes around. And then from the hidden worlds, we have our hidden realms. The Sun Dancers. Number 32 reduces to 5. Joyful activity, celebration of life, and abundance. That's good. The Sun Dancers. So automatically this reminds me of how this stone is supposed to help us see the worth in all human beings, and I would expand that to any being, animals, trees, plants, whatever, what have you. Fairies. Abundance is on there, that's good. And then 32 reduces to 5 is 5 is a number of change. So that may be reminding us to go with the flow and release our desire to control how everything it plays out in life. But also this stone is supposed to help us actualize our plans and our ideas. So that's a good reminder when we're trying to accomplish something, to make our ideas and plans come to fruition and actualize them, that part of that process is going with the flow and releasing. Not controlling every single step of the process. The guidebook for this matches really well with everything that I just said, and there's some helpful information over here, but the main thing is stay positive and leave the timing up to the divine. We just talked about not trying to control every single step of a process. Stay positive, leave the timing up to the divine. Go with the flow, release. Maybe you had a certain timeline in mind for bringing your ideas and plans to fruition, but that timeline isn't working out, and this is Spirit reminding you through number 222 that divine timing is at play, so release and go with the flow. This is really neat here, how it says, anything you place your attention on will manifest and experience, so the laws are always perfect. Expect the best and praise it in advance. This unleashes the magic of mystical magnetic energy, drawing circumstances to you to create the reality you envision. If that isn't a perfect alignment with this stone, that, well, it is. It just is. It's perfect. And then that ties in nicely with the karma card about what goes around comes around. So this is about positive intentions, seeing things succeed, envisioning success, keeping those positive affirmations in mind, expecting joyful activity, expecting a joyful outcome with abundance, and then celebrating life. Enjoy yourselves. Go with the flow, release. From the Sacred Forest, we have Mystic. I almost said Mystic Shadow. That's interesting. Mystic Meadow with Sanctuary. Number 26 reduces to 8. 8 is a number of abundance, and we have the word abundance on the Sun Dancer card. So the sun is also tied to your life purpose and who you are at your core personality. So you are meant to be abundant. We have a fox on here, a rabbit that's dressed as like a king or queen, and it's holding an hourglass, and then a bear. Mystic Meadow with Sanctuary. That's interesting that this rabbit is holding an hourglass, and then this card in the guidebook told us to remember that divine timing is at play. Not to get too off track here, but we're talking about divine timing and go with the flow and plans and ideas coming through. One of the things that I did when I started trying to learn more about tarot and spirituality is I signed up for some subscription boxes. One of them included a meditation hourglass. When I opened it, I was like, that's cool. Hourglasses are cool, but what the heck am I going to do with that? And I actually ended up making a moon meditation hourglass out of it because it eventually found the witching hour oracle that had hourglasses on the back, and it just kind of all came together, even though my initial thought was, what the heck am I going to do with this thing, right? And then just time went by. I ended up making that moon meditation video because it all just kind of came together, which I thought was pretty neat. So the guidebook for this is, the keyword is sanctuary there. And it says when you step into the meadow, you can expect to see all kinds of magical creatures. It specifically says, it's time to renew your energy and make tending to your own needs a priority. Practice extreme self-care. So if we're trying to manifest goals, bring our ideas and plans into being and accomplish them, there may be a tendency to overwork ourselves, and this is reminding us to take care of our wellness and our well-being by going with the flow and releasing and knowing that positive things and abundance are meant for us, reinforcing that to ourselves through positive affirmations. And it also says it's a reminder to replenish your inner resources. So in the beginning, right away, we heard from Spirit that 222, when you see it, it's saying, remember, release, go with the flow. And then this adds on to it, replenish your inner resources. Take care of yourself. Be nice to yourself. That's a pretty clear message so far from these 4 oracle cards. Let's see what else we can get from tarot. This card here also mentioned, not only seeing actual animals that we associate with a forest like foxes, rabbits, and bears, but also it said fairies and unicorns, and then this is the Hidden Realms tarot deck that talks about the hidden realms between earth and spiritual, where the fairies dwell. I believe some people refer to that as the liminal space or the numinous. Don't quote me on that, but that came through. These readings so far, I've just kind of been talking sometimes, and I don't really know why I'm saying certain things in the readings. It's really a interesting feeling. In this reading, with it, release and go with the flow, it's like I'm still saying, there we go, I'm still saying the things that are coming to me, even though I don't know why. So that may be a reminder to you that even if things are not clear, keep moving forward, go with the flow, trust in the universe, but also realize that balance of not controlling every step of the process. So if we're not clear about something, but it seems like it's the right thing to do, keep doing it. And 222 may be reinforcement, encouragement from Spirit that that's the thing you should be doing at the moment. So the one that flipped over is the Five of Cups. And it's got horses in the waves there. Right here, 5 horses making one of the waves, blending in there. 5 of Cups is sometimes talking about focusing on the things that went wrong, focusing on the things that we don't have. You know, the traditional tarot has the character looking at 2 or 3, I can't remember right now, some spilled cups and some are still full, and they're focusing on the ones that spilled. She's looking backwards, focusing on the past, maybe. Oh, we're falling right under here where the main key word was release. Release something in the past that makes you feel less than full, is what I'm getting. Release something from the past. That could be another 222 message for you. Release something from the past that makes you feel less than full. This one, okay. 10 of Wands. The burdens we carry. In this case, it's a child holding a little egg. That little egg doesn't seem too burdensome. If you've ever been part of a school program where they give you an egg to take care of, you understand how that can be annoying to carry an egg around with you. That can be a burden, but not as horrible as it could be, right? They could have given you a big weight or kettlebell to carry around with you, but they gave you an egg because it's fragile and can be broken. Then we have 7 of Wands. More fire energy coming out here. 7 of Wands is overcoming adversity, and she's looking up. 7 of Wands talks about facing obstacles and overcoming adversity. And in this case, she's looking up, so that may be a reminder to look to Spirit for guidance when you're facing challenges and adversity. Look to Spirit, go with the flow, seek divine guidance, I almost said seek divine timing, but I should say remember divine timing is at play. These two are giving such a different energy from traditional tarot. Let me check the guidebook from the creator on those two. This is interesting. Both the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Wands in the guidebook speak about confidence. So this 7 of Wands speaks about how this woman had an initial thought and was confident in it, but then the fog creeped in and other people's voices, other people's thoughts, other people's plans came in and muddied the waters. And this 10 of Wands is speaking about how this egg is fragile, and this boy wants to have the confidence to take care of it. So this is saying follow your gut and have confidence that you can take care of things even if they seem fragile. keyword in the guidebook for this 10 of Wands says, live your life. Don't let life live you. That may be a message when you see 222. Live your life. Don't let life live you. So even though we had this message of release and go with the flow and divine timing, it's not a complete surrender or retreat, right? Because this is reminding you to be confident in your gut feeling, your instincts, your intuition, and that you do still control parts of the process. So this is really a good, honest assessment of the things that you can control and the things you can't control. That's adding on for the 222 message. Deal with the things you can control and then release and go with the flow with the things that you can't control without dwelling on them, because trust in the universe, the divine timing and karma will take care of those things that you cannot control. Do your part with the things you can control and release the rest. Whoa. Half of the deck wanted to jump at me, but okay, Spirit, what else? It was only going to take 4 cards, but we've got room for 2 more if we want to. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, mastery. Mastery of your skill. Confident achievement. That's great, following up these 2 cards where we just talked about having confidence. And look at the yellow one here. That's tying me back to the solar plexus chakra, which is all about personal power and confidence and energy. Yeah, that's great. And, oh, okay. Well, what are we doing here? There's quite a few cards here. It's telling me to take all of them. 6 of Pentacles. The giving and receiving in the material world, having enough to share. Your candle went out. I don't know when it went out, but I just saw the smoke come up from it. And because this is reading 3, I thought I was going to need to replace my candles. And I said, no, let me just wait, and then I'll replace it at a specific time when it goes out. Wow. Look at it, the divine timing. Spirit's guiding me on this one to help teach not only me how to release and go with the flow, but also share that with you. So we just finished talking when that went out. I don't know when exactly it went out. Maybe you can rewind and see, but I noticed it after I had just finished talking about being confident in our skills and abilities and mastering our plans, achieving our plans, having confidence to do so. And then this chunk came out with 6 of Pentacles on top, talking about having enough for giving and receiving. So yeah, when you're reach that point where you're managing the things you can control, and then you've assessed there are certain things you can't control, and you're going to practice releasing those and going with the flow and trusting in spirit, know that there will be enough. Have confidence in that. This card here is a reinforcement that that's a good balance to have, because you can't control everything, nor can you let everything control you. Yeah, live your own life. Don't let life live you. Don't dwell on the past. That's significant for you, because that's the time when the candle went out. Give me a second to replace it, and I'll be right back. Here's a beeswax honey candle going back in there. Can't really touch it because it's hot, so it's already melting to it. Come on, guy. Can you get in there somehow? All right, well, that's how it's going to have to be. It's not exactly in the middle, but if it goes on my candle holder, that's fine. Here we go. Some renewed inspiration, fire energy coming in for us here. Well, that's... Oh, okay. Stop playing with fire. Okay. If you try and control it too much, you're playing with fire. Then we had the King of Cups coming out, which is emotional stability, psychic powers, and being able to pick up on the psychic energy of the universe. Having a vision, the vision is more like a air element, but for some reason, the way that this character is looking out, it's like they're looking out somewhere with a vision. And then Five of Pentacles, which also talks about lack. Look at that. You have the Five of Cups and Five of Pentacles coming out in your reading. Five of Pentacles is worrying about not having enough, and that's what came out. The Six of Pentacles is having enough, and this Five of Pentacles is worrying about having enough, or actually being in a state where you don't have enough. If so, I'm sorry to hear that, and know that Spirit is moving you towards this place where you have enough. And there will be things along the way that you can control, and there will be things that you can't control. But look at this. A lot of tentative, sometimes negative, heavy energy here. Moving forward through confidence and mastery of skill to a place where you have enough and can move towards your visions and dreams. Yeah, this card spoke about making time to focus on yourself and self-care. So we've got some things to work through here with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups and the Ten of Wands and Seven of Wands. We've got some stuff to work through here. So Spirit wants you to make sure you take time to work through whatever those may be for you. When we're trying to manifest our plans and our ideas, I mentioned before, we may have a tendency to overwork ourselves. And this reading is asking us to be confident that we can still achieve that even if we take time out. Even if we take time out, we can still accomplish what we want to accomplish. And actually, it's actually telling you need to take that time out. Yeah, you do. You need to rest. You need to take a break. You need to take time out. That's important. And if you have a hard time taking a break or taking some time to relax because you feel like you're not accomplishing anything, one helpful thing is knowing that going with the flow and releasing things is doing something. That is still doing something, even if it's not something tangible you're doing with your hands or actions you're taking. By getting into a mental state of releasing and allowing yourself to go with the flow, that is still doing something. So take some time out and remember that releasing and going with the flow and trusting in divine timing is still doing something. Okay, I touched you and you're like, flip me over. Okay, I have number 36, Temple of Dreams. Sacred dreams, prophecies, and dream journeys. This card did come out in reverse. 36 reduces to 9. This is a really interesting card because the front looks like maybe somebody who's camping or like in a backyard with a hammock, and then across the little pool is this big structure that looks like the Parthenon. Like a big, ancient, strong building. Temple of Dreams, Sacred Dreams, Prophecy, and Dream Journeys. And this is a crescent moon here. And the way that it is, you can't tell if it's waxing or waning. So that's a good reminder for doing and managing things you can control. Because if it's a waxing moon, That's where we're setting intentions and planning our steps. And if it's waning, letting go, releasing things that no longer serve us, and trusting in divine timing for things that we can't control. Go with the flow. And it was in reverse, so what does that mean? The guidebook for this card talks about this being the library of the hidden world, containing knowledge and what needs to occur to achieve your dreams. And the last line here says, if you ask us, we will send you the dreams you need to change your life. This is in reverse, so it may just be telling you that you need to do more of that. Trusting in the universe, asking for help. So we had 222, release, go with the flow. 222, ask for help when you need it, and trust in the universe. Right now, this may be a little bit blocked for you. 222 may be telling you you're not trusting the universe enough, you're not trusting other people enough. 222 may be telling you you're not asking for help when you need to, you're not taking that time out. Pile 3, you are a pretty independent pile, like strong-willed and accomplishing things. So this is reminding you to ask for help. When you see 222, it's reminding you to ask for help. And it can be challenging to ask other people for help because you're trying to figure out the right people to ask and the right people to trust. So that's where Spirit is coming through and reminding you to connect with Spirit and ask Spirit for help. Yeah, this stone is supposed to help us connect with our spirit guides to actualize our plans. So there you go. 222, reminder you don't have to do everything on your own. From the Goddess Dream Oracle. No, you want this one first? All right. So this is the Messenger Oracle. See yourself in nature. Go with the flow. Release. See yourself in nature. Take time out. Get back to nature. Go outside. Take a walk. It's interesting. I thought that this building here was the Parthenon, kind of Greek mythology, and this card has roses on it, which is a symbol of Aphrodite. This looks more like a masculine figure here. So this is a balance between giving and receiving with the Six of Pentacles, the masculine and feminine, divine masculine energies associated with those. This is balancing those. Yeah. This may be saying, because I just said you're a strong-willed, independent pile. That's very masculine, divine masculine type energy. And this is asking you to remember the feminine receiving and intuition, intuitive powers that you have. Balancing those, taking some time out. This one, are you kidding me? There you go. Balance, 4, light and dark. And there's a mirror on there. That's another symbol for Aphrodite. Feminine, divine feminine energy coming through. This is a feminine looking character. This is a masculine looking character. And it says balance and see yourself in nature. A balanced nature is a balance of action and intuition. Light and dark. Okay, from the magical empowerment cards, we have nature. These cards are just saying the same thing over and over again. They're just reinforcing the message for you. Sometimes all you need is to go outside. Breathe the fresh air to remember who you are and where you want to be. Done. I think that is a pretty good summary right here for you, Pile 3. Sometimes all you need is to go outside. Breathe the fresh air to remember who you are and where you want to be. When you see 222, it's a reminder to control the things you can control, but let go of the things you can't control. Release those, go with the flow, trust in divine timing, and know that releasing and going with the flow is doing something. And then this card is saying more of the things that sometimes we think are not productive times, but you're actually doing something if you're going outside. You're actually doing something if you're breathing fresh air. You're actually doing something if you take time to remember who you are and where you want to be. Some sanctuary, time of reflection to process everything that you're doing and what your hopes and dreams are. Taking time to understand and process all of that is doing something too. So in the first two piles, I was called to draw more oracle cards from the Animal Spirit Oracle, just based on how the card came out in pile 1 and then it made sense in pile 2. In this case, it was done. Our message is clear. But you do have some pretty cool animals on here, so I'm going to do it anyway. Because it is a general reading, those cards may mean something to you. All right, pile 3. In this deck, it's the Animal Spirit Oracle. This initially looked like a lamb to me, and there was no lamb card in there, and then there was no rooster card, but there was an antelope card with horns there. And this antelope spirit says, life is speeding up, number 2. So this section here is a reminder that, things are coming together. Your plan is in motion. Your ideas are coming to fruition, and you're working on those. So that's confirmation of that. And there's a number 2 on there. And then we have up here, the snake spirit says, time to heal. Number 55 reduces to 10, reduces to 1. So time to heal. That goes with, it's just going to have to be there. And then the rabbit, fox, and bear, the bear is number 9, and it says brown spirit, bear, take time out, time to heal, take time out. With the fox spirit, number 27, reduces to 9, saying think on your feet. And this crystal here was all about enhancing your mental skills, so that's good. And then the rabbit spirit, number 49, reduces to 13, reduces to 4, reminding you now is a lucky time. Divine timing. Look at that. That rabbit is holding an hourglass, reminding us of divine timing, connected to that sun dancer card. And then this rabbit says now is a lucky time. And then number 33 reduces to 6, the horse spirit saying freedom is yours. And that horse was on this 5 of Cups. We're possibly looking at things that aren't going the right way, thinking about things that went wrong, and the horse is there to remind you of your strength, but also freedom is yours. So 222 for you, pile 3. 222, when you see it, release and go with the flow. Control and manage the things you can, and release what you cannot control, and trust in spirit that they have good things in store for you. And you can help yourself by balancing action with rest. And remember that resting is doing something. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, pile 3, and found it helpful and inspirational. I am going to end your reading here. There is a collective extended reading that will be at the end of all the piles, and a separate timestamp below for it. And thank you for spending time with me, and I hope to see you again in a future reading. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to this reading, asking spirit about the number 222. What does it mean when we're seeing it? Why are we seeing it? What can we do when we see it? In this reading, we're using the Sacred Bee, or the Journey of the Sacred Bee Tarot, and the creator of this deck wanted to make a deck that talked about how everything is interconnected and how we understand ourselves and how we fit into society, about consciousness, and then spirituality. And we're going to set tarot aside first. You've also come to the reading using fluorite. Whoop, little guy there. Fluorite is said to help work with a balanced mindset. And magnify co-creating with universe by helping bring clarity, help with decision making and focus, by helping you understand what love and abundance mean to you. The other crystals I was called to use during this reading were really big. And I only had these small pieces of fluorite, so I put them all together to make kind of the same size as the big crystal. Doesn't mean they're anything less, just a little different. Not sure if that's relevant for your reading or not, but we'll see. We're going to start with these 4 oracle cards up here to set the tone and the energy for this reading. And then we'll move into some tarot to fill in the space here and finish with 4 oracle cards here for additional information and guidance. And then after I've done all 4 piles, there will be a collective extended reading where I ask Spirit for additional information, things I may have missed, things that may have not been relevant for each pile or to go in a specific pile, and of course, a collective message. So for you and the number 222, let's see what Spirit has to say. We start the reading with the Tree Angel Oracle, and you have number 33 with Ginkgo. Wow, look at that. 33 is a master number that is said to help bring things into the world. So that's appropriate for a reading asking about 222. And immediately with these colors here, I'm drawn to the pink and the green, evoking heart chakra, and a lot of petals flying around her. Initially, I thought they were butterflies, but they're, I think, petals coming off of that tree. A little bit of blue showing through there, bluish, purplish. So working from the heart to the throat to the third eye chakra here, communicating, focusing about what love and abundance mean as fluorite helped and that our fluoride is said to help with. And then this purple wanted to come out a little bit. This fluoride is, some is more purple, some is more green, and this one is a pretty good mix of the purple and the green. The purple wanted to come out a little bit. That's pretty cool how I needed to use a couple pieces to come together. And this is pink, but you know, we've got the purple and the green. I like it when things match up like that. Whether it means something or not, I don't know, but I like it when that happens. The guidebook for this Ginkgo card talks about how it's a bearer of hope, and it's a very ancient tree. And it talks about getting back to our true selves. It says it's the living embodiment of our origins, our source of life, and it shows us the way to the core of our being. And it also says if we live according to our authentic self and have inner confidence and act with strength and integrity, then nothing is out of reach from us. It says, but first we have to know where we come from, or else we cannot know where we are going. And that really ties into the different elements of the tarot that we're using, with figuring out how we fit in with society, with ourselves, what it means to be us, in terms of our consciousness and spirituality. And then the fluorite bringing in the focus and decision making and clarity to help us understand what love and abundance mean to us. That's a really nice alignment starting off. So if I were to say a 222 message just from the beginning, from this card, it's a reminder from Spirit either that what you're doing at that moment has something to do with your core self and your inner strength, or it's reminding you that we need to find that true self. A reminder, if we're seeing 222 at a time when we're involved with decision making, that we should follow our heart, follow what is our core, true, authentic self, behave according to what is at our heart, what we know is to be true, using our intuition, and then speaking authentically, speaking our truth with all the colors that are coming in from this card. Heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra. Really nice alignment starting off here. It wants me to take some tarot before we move into the other cards. So we'll do that. I don't know how many we'll take, but let's see what tarot has to say for us. Normally I do these 3 or 4 cards first, but sometimes the readings give me different feelings about what to do, and I just kind of do it, follow them. If I don't, then things don't always go well in terms of me coming up with the message that I'm supposed to be portraying. There we go. Look at that. 8 of Swords with interference. We have Jupiter and Pisces or Gemini on there. I'm not positive. Probably Gemini because of the way this is the air element. So 8 of Swords is the mental blocks typically in tarot. This bee has some kind of jewel on it. It's a purple jewel. So if I add this card to what I just said about that ginkgo number 33 card, 222 could also be letting you know you may be blocked at that moment, but you're going to come through it okay. You're going to find clarity and focus and be able to make the right decisions. This is Spirit reminding us that we're not alone in this world, and interference can happen with our intentions, our plans, our hopes and dreams. And that can be either positive or negative, right, in terms of interference. That is Gemini on there, and it talks about holding ourselves back and being blocked mentally. Wanted to do a little bit more of this white sage. I don't know if it was the idea of this 8 of Swords talking about interference and blockages come out. I just had like a moment of pause to not take the next card yet. There has been a lot of interruptions with me today in terms of what's going on in my neighborhood and trying to do this reading in a quiet time, and I think it just wanted us to have a moment, take a moment. There you go. All right, what's next, guys? You? All right. Yeah, your reading's different today. then the other piles. I've done all the other 3 piles. Okay, so you and then you. I got it. All right. So from the hidden, oh, that's funny. This one's the Hidden Realms Oracle, and this is the Hidden Worlds Oracle, and they're both like competing to come out at the same time. So this Hidden Realms Oracle says, the Queen of Light, illumination, enlightenment, and celebration, number 15, reduces to 6. Illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. The Queen of Light. And in a beehive, we have a queen bee, right? Everybody has a role. And this one says 38, the Hidden Worlds, the actual name of the deck. Changing consciousness, awareness, extrasensory perception. Ooh, yeah, you need to go here or here. Wow, these cards are like, talk about interference to my plan. These cards are like doing different stuff, but it's good. I mean, it's good messages. So we've got 38 reduces to 11, reduces to 2 if you want. The 11 is a pretty powerful number as well, just like 33 is a master number. 11 is a master number about initiating things. 22 in the middle of that is building. So like 11 is initiating something. 22 is building on it or creating it. And then not creating so much, but building upon what you're trying to initiate. And then the 33 is actually creating it and bringing it into the world. Those numbers are coming in pretty significantly for you guys. This is a pretty spiritual pile with these enlightenment, illumination, Queen of the Light, the Hidden Worlds, changing consciousness, awareness, and extrasensory perception. A lot of third eye and crown chakra coming through here with this 38. Very spiritual pile. Okay, this is the Earth Magic Oracle. It's ready to be flipped. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Childhood, innocence. Look at that. Look at that ray of light coming down. And the children are like excited about it and grabbing towards it. The 6, the 15 on this Queen of Light card reduces to 6, and a 6 of Cups in tarot would be childhood nostalgia and innocence, is a reminder of that. So we had the 222 message there in the beginning, talking about understanding our core self. And this is reminding us of the innocence of childhood and potentially remembering what our inner child, our childhood hopes and dreams were. Remembering a time and place in our lives or in the evolution of the world where things were innocent. There's always an aspect of that in the world, even if it seems dark and crazy and challenging. A lot of interference going on. There is still an aspect of innocence and childhood hopes and dreams in there. Being playful like a child. Yeah, I just am reaching at cards when they call to me. I don't know what's going on with your reading, but here we go. This is the Magical Dimensions Empowerment. Oh my gosh. Awareness. 222 number for you. Pay attention to the subtleties. Look with new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. Dang, Spirit. What are you talking about? They're just reminding us they're here. There's enlightenment, illumination, awareness, changing consciousness, extrasensory perception. Look with new eyes. Got some dragonflies on there. Yeah, you guys are a super, super spiritual pile here. Drawing on ancient wisdom and knowledge and traditions and cultures that stand the test of time. You're a core of whatever this world is that we are, of earth, of the spiritual, of everything. There's a core of all of that within you. Look at that red going right through her. At the core of you is part of what makes up the core of the universe, basically, and the consciousness that flows through the universe, and you can tap into that. This tarot deck talked about the interconnectedness of this world. So this is Spirit saying you can tap into that. Part of that is within you, and you can tap into it. For the other piles, starting in pile 1, I hadn't intended to use another oracle deck, but I was called, based on what happened in pile 1, to find a specific animal spirit. And for you, this dragonfly is coming through, so I'm going to find it, and we're going to look at it now. In the other piles, I did that at the end as kind of final guidance because it just worked. I mean, how could we not bring the bee out? Number 7, divine number, bee spirit. Sweet results await. Look at the colors. Woo! Look at that. Different decks, matching colors. Yeah, that wanted to be together there. Reminding us that even when we're facing challenges and interference, it's not always going to have a negative impact or negative ending because sweet results await. And then look at this, what the wasp says. Sometimes life stings. Number 64 reduces to 10. Pile 4, get ready for this. Check it. Number 22. Dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. And I just finished talking about how the master numbers were 11, 22, and 33. And Dragonfly Spirit wanted to come out next to this awareness card with pay attention to the subtleties, look with new eyes. There are signs and omens everywhere. Truth transcends illusion. Speak your truth is a simple 222 message. Speak your truth with this throat chakra, blue here. But the purple, is all about intuition and inner knowing and knowledge and wisdom with the third eye there. So speak your truth, know your truth, and then speak it to the world. And because this is an ancient tree tied back to the core being of the universe, this is not only saying speak your truth, it's also saying speak the truth of the universe and share that with people. Because with all this high spiritual, high vibe, crown chakra, illumination, enlightenment, consciousness, awareness, this is saying you have the ability, to tap into the truths of the universe, and then it wants you to share it. With the blue on this dragonfly card, it's Spirit encouraging you to speak your truth, speak about what you know to be true, communicate that. It doesn't have to necessarily be speaking, like using your voice and talking. It could be any form of communication that works best for you, writing, creating art that speaks to people, things like that. Okay, now we can do some more tarot. All right, what's going on here? These ones? 3, okay. So this one first, the purple really speaking out to me. We've got the Seven of Wands with Valor, Leo and Mars energy. And what is that, a griffin? That's a lion and a phoenix together, I think, on there. Look at that purple and green coming together. Seven of Wands talks about, in traditional tarot, talks about overcoming adversity. And in this case, I'm with the word valor on there, I'm being drawn to fighting for what you believe in. That's another good 222 message for you. Fight for what you believe in. And we have the Two of Swords with peace. I have Libra and Moon energy on there. At first I thought this lady was crying, but she's more in a state of reflection, considering the two options in front of her. Yeah, so fluoride is supposed to help with the... Fluoride is supposed to help with clarity and focus for decision making, and I just can't believe I forgot that. Green and purple, green and purple. This bee's wings are purple, and we have green and purple fluorite. That's really cool. And then we have Six of Wands, victory, Leo and Jupiter. Yeah. Fight for what you believe in, and you will succeed. That's another 222 message for you. I am saying a lot of things for 222 messages, and really that's because I do believe that they can mean, signs and synchronicities can mean different things to us at different times in our lives and through different situations, and of course to different people. So that's why I keep saying different messages that are coming out really strongly as a 222 message. And to summarize, we had the initial 222 message coming out talking about you having within you part of the core that makes up the universe and the consciousness that flows through the universe, and you can tap into that. That was a 222 message. Fight for what you believe in, a 222 message, and you will succeed. You will be successful. That could just be, you will be successful means you're on the right path when you see 222 as well. One more, it says. The wheel, number 10, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. You'll be successful. Luck. You've got Jupiter on here a couple times with this Six of Wands, Leo and Jupiter together, and the Eight of Swords, Gemini and Jupiter together. Jupiter can be a lucky planet. It also talks about expansion, which is about awareness, illumination, and changing consciousness. So Gemini is the air element and the mental activity, and the Wands is the fire element, the action. So for you, luck and expansion with ideas and creating them, bringing them into being. And then the wheel, because it does go in cycles, right, ties back to this the ancientness of this tree, the ginkgo, and the universe, and how you can tap into that. Overcoming the illusions, that would be part of the Eight of Swords as well, with the illusion of being blocked or trapped. Truth transcends illusion. Okay, from the Sacred Forest Oracle, which was originally up there, Stag Spirit, Leadership, number 39, reduces to 12, reduces to 3. Yeah, you're a leader. Well, I didn't notice until I put it down how bright those greens and blues were and how it looks illuminated, like it's almost glowing. That is super cool. And look at that rainbow tree, rainbow colors all through that tree there. That I'm being told to leave up to you to take from that what you want. Yeah. Leadership. You have a leadership quality within you. Take the lead. Dang, this is a cool card. Look at that. Not only, now I see the glowing red down there. This is a good spirit animal for you. And I'm not going to elaborate too much on that because it's going to mean something different to everybody, but take a good look at that. Meditate on that. Think about that. Reflect on that. Put it in context with things I've said in this reading. And determine what that means to you. Yeah, the fluorite. What does love and abundance mean to you? From the Goddess Dream Oracle, we have passion. 26 reduces to 8, which is abundance. Burning with life's passion. That is a powerful card. You have the lion bringing back in Leo. And Leo was victory here on the 6 of Wands. And then you have a wolf there as well. Wow, Pile 4. So many powerful cards. So many. And when I was preparing this pile, this is the only one that got 2 of these messenger cards. So I was like, oh, that's going to be a different pile. But I had no idea how different it was going to be. That is really cool. So this is the messenger oracle. And we do have 2 here. Who wants the bottom one first? Know you belong. Is that a cat fairy dragon? If it's not, we just invented a cat fairy dragon, because if anybody could, you could. Pile 4. You are something special, Pile 4. And know you belong. You are, yeah, you want to go there, don't you? You're part of the core of what makes the universe go round. What makes the universe go round. And be patient. That's another dragon. These 2 cards, burning with life's passion, but be patient. Yeah, especially when you face interference. I'm going to see what the creator of the deck says for this card here, the 7 of Wands with Valor. Look, it says, standing your ground despite interference. Yeah, fighting for what you believe in and standing up for what you believe in, what you know to be the truth, especially in the face of interference. You specifically have the 8 of Swords come out, and then the 7 of Wands mentions interference. You are super powerful, Pile 4, in terms of being able to create and bring things into the world with passion and consciousness and enlightenment and illumination and speaking your truth. 222 number, Spirit wants you to know how awesome you are and how unique you are. That sounds pretty basic, but if you forgot how powerful you are, this is a strong reminder about that. How you are unique, you have some unique perspective, unique skills, unique abilities to bring into the world and to share those with other people in whatever communication method works best for you. Drawing on ancient systems of knowledge and tradition and awareness to bring more illumination and enlightenment into the world. Holy cow. Now I want to get the cow card for this. There aren't many decks that have a cow card, but this one does. As I'm looking for the cow spirit card in this deck, I looked back at this cat fairy dragon saying, "Know you belong." So with how powerful you are and how you see things probably that other people don't, and how tied in you are with illumination and enlightenment and awareness, it could feel like you don't belong. You're so different. But this is telling you that you actually do belong. And you belong to the core of the universe and the earth and the consciousness that makes the world go round. Just waiting for the other people to catch up. Be patient. Here's the cow spirit. Number 15 reduces to 6. It says the miracles are endless. Sunflowers matching nicely. And I grabbed the other animals from this deck as well. So we'll go through those. Miracles are endless. That's a really good 222 message, just to remember that miracles are endless. And where was that other 15? There. Queen of Light. Illumination, enlightenment, celebration. Miracles are endless. Let's put those together, huh? 15 and 15. That's you, Queen of the Light. Able to bring illumination, enlightenment, and celebration into the world because miracles are endless. And you can tap into that power, that energy. Let's go through these other cards that came out. We have 16, Coyote Spirit with Trust in Divine Detours. Yeah, I brought that out because when this card here, this Passion 26, Burning with Life's Passion, when I said this, I ultimately said wolf, but when I was looking at it, I said internally to myself that it could be a coyote because it's brown, and I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be a coyote or a wolf. But anyway, I brought both out. So the coyote is number 16, Trust in Divine Detours, and that definitely goes with this interference card here with the 8 of Swords. Oh, yeah, and then we had dragons all through your reading, but I couldn't find the dragon, so I got the lizard one, especially because it was 38, reduces to 11, and this Hidden Worlds 38 card here goes, well, yeah, okay. Goes together, these two go together, because the dragons are in a hidden world, right? We can't really see them. If you can, that's pretty cool. So I brought the lizard spirit out, which says dream the world into being, and they're both 38s. So this is talking about how you have the ability to bring things into the world that you dream. Because you are that powerful energy, Queen of Light. And you will succeed. Even in the face of adversity, you will succeed. That's all through your reading. And then we have 37, the Lion Spirit. Came out in quite a few places in your reading. Reduces to 10 or 1 or 0. Be generous. Be generous of spirit. The Gentle Lion. In the Tarot Strength card, the lion is gentle enough that the figure in it can put their hand in the lion's mouth without getting injured. I just saw this stag spirit card again, and I realized I forgot to get the stag out of this deck, but the stag in this deck says take the lead. So they go, okay, I'll find it. They go together really well. There it is. Take the lead. Stag spirit. Number 58 reduces to 13, reduces to 4. Are we done with you, Tarot? Yeah, we're done with you for now. I didn't intend to use these animal spirit deck when I designed the reading, but it's come out really well because when we see signs and symbols, it's nice to have something short and succinct to remember. And any one of these animal spirit cards has a nice little saying on it that's short and sweet. Sweet results await, like the bee. Trust in divine detours. Take the lead. Truth transcends illusion. Be generous of spirit. Anyway, miracles are endless. Dream the world into being. Sometimes the life stings. So any of one of those could be really helpful. I know that's a lot, but I wish I could give you one thing. It's just not going to happen. So take from that what you will from this reading, and I hope it will be helpful. We have 2 left. Wolf. 67, another 13 reduces to 4. Turn knowledge into wisdom. And we had the wolf / coyote here with passion, burning with life's passion. It was bothering me not to know if this was a coyote or a wolf. Some people say coyote. I grew up saying coyote. And the guidebook for it says it's a coyote. And it says, oh, so cool. Look at this. Okay, I'm going to just make this so you can read it. Before I show this to you, remember that this 7 of Wands card, which also had Leo and Mars and the lion / griffin thing on it, remember it said stand your ground even in the face of interference. And then look at this. Right here. In the lion, it can be felt in his strength and courage. He teaches you to stand your ground and feel your own power. And then Coyote's primal call beckons his kin and rejoices in the thrill of the night air. He speaks of care for family, working together with others, and sharp thinking in changing times. Yes. If that isn't a powerful spirit animal. Oh, look how they, coyote and wolf. If that isn't a powerful message for you, powerful, I don't know what is. And there's no way that I can really put into words right now the energy that I'm feeling. And this is such a powerful, deep meaning going on with this pile that it's hard for me to put it into words. If you can say anything that I've tried to say based on what you see in this reading in a more clear way, please share in the comments. I'd love to hear it. It's just super powerful and hard to put into words. Words cannot explain the level that you're at, pile 4, or the level that you're coming to with this enlightenment. Here's the book again. I got super excited, forgot to leave it there for you to screenshot. And the affirmation on there, I am open to embracing my true life's passion. Yeah. The core of what you are. 222 message for you. The core of what you are is the same thing that makes up the universe, the core of the universe and the consciousness that runs through it. That's your main overall 222 message. And then take from this reading all the little bits that have come out. Okay, one final guy waiting here. A cat with wings. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean, this cat came out in one of the other readings, but I didn't notice his wings. And look, we have our cat fairy dragon saying, no, you belong. And then cat spirit says, claim your independence. Number 13 reduces to 4. There you go, pile 4. Oh, and near pile 4. That's cool. All right, my lovely cat fairy dragons. I'm going to leave this reading here. I feel like it could go on and on and on forever. But I am going to leave it here. That's a lot. That's a lot of information. I hope you've enjoyed this. I certainly have, and I really want to keep this reading going. I may do something more with this energy, try and recall it later to expand on it. But I do have planned the collective extended message for this entire reading for 222 for the collective and anything I may have missed with Spirit wanting to come through. So maybe some more stuff will come out in that. That's another timestamp you can find below. Yeah, we'll see. I definitely am going to keep these cards together as they all came out and try and recall this energy again at some point. I don't know if I'll put it out in a reading. Hopefully I will. But it's just so much going on in this reading that it's like telling me to take a break and come back and revisit. So we'll do that. Pile 4, you're awesome. My cat fairy dragons. Claim your independence. Miracles are endless. Dream the world into being. That's you. I hope you find this reading helpful and inspiring. Check out the collective extended if you feel like it. And I hope to see you again in a future reading, Pile 4. Definitely this energy. I want to experience this again for sure. Thanks for spending time with me. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this collective extended reading for asking Spirit about the number 222. What does it mean? Why are we seeing it? What can we do about it? Should we be doing something when we see it? This portion of the reading is intended as a collective reading to give Spirit a chance to let us know information about the number 222, no matter what pile we were drawn to. Help highlight things that are going on in the collective, and also give Spirit a chance to let me know if I missed anything in the readings, or if there's additional information that Spirit wanted to bring through that didn't come through earlier. Depending on which reading that you went to, you would have seen varying levels of interruptions and things that were making this reading a little bit difficult to film. Not necessarily for me to do and read and feel the energy, but just in terms of making a nice filming with the noise and interruptions going on around me. That was present in, I would say, every reading, but in varying degrees. And then also, depending on which reading you went to, you can know that there was something a little bit different in each reading in terms of what I had intended for the order of the reading to go in. So those two things are the environment which I've been filming in. And I think it's important to mention, because it might be that 222 number in terms of a meaning for the collective is, one, a reminder that we're not always in the ideal environment and then things don't always go the way we plan. But also, two, that it's going to be okay and we can get through it. Because although I've been a little bit frustrated with the interruptions and the things that have, interrupted this reading, it hasn't interrupted the energy coming through, which has been really helpful and welcoming. So overall collective message right away, yes, there will be interruptions and things may not be going as planned, but we'll get through it. We're going to start this reading with this alchemy tool to get information from the different elements. And then we have some tarot, and I have additional oracle cards that we'll draw. So let's start with, number 9 wants to come out for the fire element. We're not going to mess with that. And then we got number 10 for the air element, number 2 for the earth element, and number 3 for the water element. So starting with number 9, fire element. We have the lighthouse. Number 10, air element. Is flight. 3 with the water element, bottle. 2 with the earth element, sandstorm. Okay, 2 in the earth element came out in another collective reading I recently did. So that is collective energy that's remaining within the collective. And it says, you will encounter the blinding confusion of wind-whipped sandstorm. You will be challenged to go on with your process without a clear image of where you stand, where you are going, or even where you have come from. To move in any direction, take small steps while keeping your hands outstretched so that you may touch what you encounter to make sure that it is as you think it is. Only if you can actually grasp what is before you will the sandstorm fail to deceive. I was kind of laughing as I was trying to read that because it basically said, you're going to be challenged. There will be interruptions. It basically is reinforcing what was going on with me trying to film this reading. So, Spirit understands. Things are changing. Things are disruptive. Take small steps. So what I got from this in the last reading I think still applies, where helpful advice from Spirit is to take small steps, do a check-in, assess how that small step impacted things, and then decide if that's something that you want to continue or if you need to change course. And then take another step and then a check-in. Take a little step and a check-in. So that's coming through again. And then number 9, with the fire popped right out, it's the lighthouse. It says, act as a lighthouse beacon and concentrate your light so you may send it great distances to inform those who are searching for its guidance. Yeah, we had some teachers and some light bearers light workers in these readings coming through really strongly. So the Spirit wants you to know, as a collective, you can all be a beacon of light, no matter how that came out in your reading or not. Focus your attention and make your plan coherent so it can survive its journey into the forbidding darkness. By standing tall and proudly, broadcasting or otherwise distributing your signal, you will lead others to see the big picture. Yes. Your brave example will be seen as a warning to those who need it, while others will see it as the protection they expect you to provide. Interesting. So, by us sharing and spreading the light and reminding people of this changing nature of the bigger picture, there will be people who will see it as a threat and think it's a negative thing, and then there will be people who see it as some form of protection that they've been waiting for. So just know that there will be people, there will be challenges, there will be people that don't necessarily accept the changing paradigms, the changing vibration of Earth. They may not accept it and be welcoming it with open arms. So we may have to adjust the way we're communicating in order to more clearly help people understand more clearly, rather, that this light worker, light bearer, teacher of spiritual things is for the good of all. And know that even though some people may react negatively to it, though there are those who welcome it and see it as the protection they've been waiting for. Yeah, there was one reading that basically said, be patient and let other people catch up. So this is reinforcing that message. Yeah, and I just got chills. Be patient and let other people catch up. Okay, and then the air element, we have flight. Be aware that you must take flight and soar beyond where you now find yourself, either physically, mentally, or both. You must put distance between yourself and the situation you desire to change because you are too close to be effective. So close that you may actually be denying that which is true. Yeah, those people that are so close to the current way that things are being done, the power structures of the world, the traditional things that used to serve us but need to change, they're really very close to it, and so they may not be welcoming to see the change that needs to occur in the world. Your upwardly mobile movement will give you a more comprehensive overview and greater perspective, for beyond the reach of any limiting factors, you will be able to take all relevant facts into account. Yeah, that came through really strongly in every reading. I would say that no matter what is going on for you, you will be able to find clarity and understanding, especially with things that are limiting or hampering our hopes and dreams and intentions. You'll be able to consider all the relevant facts. Whether or not we can do anything about it is probably to be seen, but at least we'll be able to understand them. All right, and then number 3 for the water element with bottle, it says, decide if the bottle before you is half full or half empty. Of course, it is both. But how you perceive it can reveal whether or not you feel nurtured and filled up by your present experience of life. Feelings of emptiness can cause our self-image to be distorted so that we believe we lack the resources to perform our transformation. Yeah, that came through in the readings. Until we feel fulfilled in each moment, there is the danger that we'll be addicted to wanting more things to fill us up, and we'll envy those we think have what we need. Well, if that ain't a good summary of the other 3 elements, thanks, water. This is reinforcing messages that came through earlier about going with the flow and being present, enjoying life as it is at the moment, or finding things to enjoy in life as it is at the moment. Thanks, water. Okay, we're going to get some tarot from this transparent tarot. We're going to take a few of these and then layer them to get a collective message from tarot. There, that was a little nicer, huh? Ooh, okay, dudes. We're going to look at those first 2 that came out. This one over here is the Page of Wands. And then we had the Knight of Wands coming out right in order. So a progression of steps. Yeah. Take a step and check in. This is action. This is creative inspiration and action coming in. Look at those 2 figures going in opposing directions. That speaks to the divisiveness that we may be facing. The divisions in those that are stuck in old ways that need to change. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that everything needs to change, right? There are tried and true things. That's been coming through really strongly in a lot of different readings about not throwing everything out just because it's associated with the old way of doing things, but that there are tried and true traditions and ancient knowledge that still serves us, and we can still continue to draw on that, recognizing the work that the people who came before us have done and not throwing away all of the blessings that they've given us. Yes, there are some things that need to change. There are things creating division in this world. There are things that need to change, but not everything. I'm probably going to do a separate reading on what are the core ancient things that we need to remember, the tried and true and tested things that we can continue working with because it's been coming through so strongly. And then we get the Five of Pentacles. So we hear that's the bottle, the water element coming through, even though that's the pentacle earth. This is us being reminded that when we feel feelings of lack, that we can look at the bottle as half full, half empty, and it's reminding us of what this bottle card said. Look at that knight. His wand is going right through all of those pentacles. Inspiration, creative action, inspired action, cutting through feelings of doubt and lack. Any more tarot coming out for us? This one. Or these two. We're getting these three. Okay. This is the High Priestess card. Let me do this so you can see each one individually. And then we'll put it. That's the High Priestess. If you can see on there, I wasn't sure if I can read it, but the pages of this book say, "In the pages of a secret book lies the key to your inner look. This insight is a true gaze, the wisest light to guide your days." Some hidden knowledge coming through our intuition that will help guide our light. And then we have number 3, the Empress, coming out. That's abundance and nurturing guidance. And then the 10 of Wands, the burdens we carry. Yeah, in High Priestess and Empress coming out really strongly to help us carry our burdens. We've got the division here. Things that divide our world, that make us feel lack and like we have burdens to carry, are being cut through by nurturing guidance, inspired action, and intuition to bring abundance to the world. And that's what this page is doing. He's taking, she, can't tell, probably both. The page is taking the lessons learned from that intuition and nurturing guidance and bringing it out into the world. Ready to go up this mountain and continue with guidance from the moon there, reminding us of intuition and also things hidden, because that book that was there from the High Priestess card talked about hidden knowledge. Let's continue by getting some information from astrology. These are the karma cards, and they have a sign, a planet, and a house. So I'm going to shuffle until I get each one of those coming out. Kind of aggressive shuffling going on there when I do that. Doesn't always happen that way. Yeah, it's just reminding me of the tension that we have to deal with. There we go. What's coming out? We have a house. 10th house. This is career, success, where we see our life purpose going and how it's contributing to the world. It says become a person of power and status. Also, where you're going, your destiny. Okay. So 222 number, talking about where you're going in your destiny potentially, and become a person of power and status. I had that mention of the power structures of the world earlier. So this is reclaiming our power no matter where we fit in the world or what career we have. We can all reclaim our power. I'm not so much focused on the status aspect on there, but I am focused on your destiny, where you're going. 222. A reminder when you see 222 that it's part of your destiny, whatever you're experiencing at the moment, or an indication of where you may be going. Okay, and then we get a planet, Mars, action, energize, and also the confronting of. Yeah, this wants us to know with 222, confronting challenges, confronting things that need to be changed. Action and energy, energize. If you see 222, it may just be that pulse of energy you needed to keep going. We are looking for a sign, and that's a planet and a house. Do you guys want to come out? Maybe. Okay, and then there's a sign on the top there. Okay, so you guys were just getting out of the way for this one? Yeah, okay. Pisces. Nice. We are at the beginning of Pisces season at the timing of this reading, February 22nd, the date 222, Pisces coming in. Your dreams. Be a part of something overwhelming. Yeah. Spirituality to ultimately experience. Yeah, spirituality. I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying that word. Connecting to spirit for the ultimate experience. Trusting your psychic knowledge. And also, this word says resulting from the indecision of or about. So these cards, you can line them up and create different phrases. So this indecision, we had that coming out in some of the readings with the Two of Swords energy. But also the readings, I would say, were really highly spiritual and bringing in a lot of psychic energy. So that's the element of Pisces that wants to come through with your dreams and be part of something overwhelming. Change can be overwhelming, but if we go through that, imagine that feeling that you get when you overcome something and succeed. And I actually need to take a little bit of a break and breath from this for a minute here. Actually going to take a little bit more of this white sage. It smells really sweet, and I've had to do this quite a bit. I'm not usually a big sage and ritual person, but it's really coming through really strongly today. And I was in a store and I saw a coffee cup and it said, "Sage that stuff." Used a more colorful word instead of stuff. And that just keeps coming through today, is just like when I get overwhelmed, we had that overwhelming here. Sage that stuff. And really what this is doing is, I know that sage is one of those ancient traditions. A lot of cultures use it for connecting with spirit and purifying a space. I don't know a lot about how that metaphysically works, nor do I really think I need to at this moment. But what it's doing is giving a pause, a break, and that is really coming through. in a lot of the collective readings to remember to give ourselves a break. Take some time to reflect, clear your mind. Easier said than done. Just be. That's a good 222 message. Just be. Reminding us that Spirit's there to help us through our challenges. Good things are in store for us. Came through in a lot of readings. Yes, there will be challenges, but good things are meant for us. We had destiny on this card here. So trust in Spirit and just be. Oh, look at that. Magic. I wear these gloves because I have arthritis, and in this case, it's not letting this sage go. There. All right, let's not burn everything, please. There you go, little magic show. You didn't expect that today, did ya? Add that to one of my hidden talents. Yes, I entertain myself, and that's okay. I'm enjoying life. All right. I was going to say sorry for the interruption there, but I'm not sorry. I needed that. Maybe you did. So I want to give you a good reading, and I apparently needed that, and I do feel a lot better. Like my back was tight before I did that, and now I feel a lot more loose and happy and had that burst of energy. Yeah, where was that? Energize. 222, that little burst of energy that you need to keep going. Yeah, there you go. That's a good 222 message for you. Just a little kick in the butt from Spirit to re-energize you and keep you going, get you back on track, refocus. So next we're going to do 3 cards from this spread machine oracle. There's 3 sets. There's a main oracle deck and then 2 expansion packs for it. One is for change and the other one is for quest, like the journey quest you're on. So let's get one from the original spread deck. These have keywords. The creator made this so you can make your own spreads, but I also like them because they help us focus in on aspects of a reading and help us focus. That's what it does. Okay, Spirit. We're back on track now. Oh my, oh right. So what's this? What are we doing with you? We are taking you all. That's a lot of cards. Okay, we're taking them all. We have commit and the keyword success here. Success on the 10th house here. Success in career, life purpose, and how you fit in the world in terms of what you can contribute. I think of when I hear career and 10th house, I don't necessarily think of the job that you're doing. It very well could be in a lot of aspects. It does talk about that, but I also think about what it is that we do to contribute to the world. So this says commit, to dedicate, to devote, or pledge yourself to persist, to not give up or give in, to choose something fully. Yeah, don't give up. 222 message, don't give up. And then we have compromise, which was in reverse. to negotiate, to reach a mutual agreement, to figure out a solution for everyone involved with the keyword boundary. This came out in reverse, and that is telling me that there is not enough compromise in the world. But also, a double meaning, don't compromise when it is not the right thing to do. Don't compromise just to make other people happy if it doesn't fit in with what is your true core self and what you feel is the right thing to do. Yes, we need to compromise to get along, but don't compromise if it's not going to serve you and the greater good. Solve, to find an answer or a solution to a problem, to work something out, to untangle a riddle, and another success. How many are there? Okay, yeah. 2 success cards coming out, and 3 if you add it to that 10th house. That's a pretty simple 222 message for you. Success. Encouragement from Spirit. And then, that's funny, synchronicity came out. That's what we're looking for a lot of times with angel numbers and numerology, 222, signs and synchronicities. Remember, this came out in reverse, and the keyword at the bottom is light work. What are the signs and meaningful coincidences that surround you right now? What do you need to pay attention to? Yes, Spirit, that is why we're asking about the number 222. Why were you in reverse? I talked at the beginning with this lighthouse message coming out about not everybody reacting to light work in a positive way. That may be why this is reversed, and it may also mean that we're discounting signs and synchronicities that we may be seeing that Spirit is trying to communicate with us, because we're just like, oh, it just happened. Oh, it was just a coincidence. I think this is Spirit telling us that it does communicate with us in signs and synchronicities, and we need to remember that. Yeah. Okay, from the spread machine, we also have the quest. What is going on with these cards? Bear with me. Lots of weirdness around. This is the quest expansion pack to that spread machine. Talks about where we are in our journey. Kind of has a video game vibe with it. Are all of you in reverse? No. Okay, they're mixed. What do 222 on our quest, on our journey? Thank you. Main mission, and it came out in reverse with embark. Short or midterm goals, a project or venture, a point of focus. Yes, that's what we've been looking for. Short or midterm goals, a project or venture, a point of focus, and it came out with in reverse with main mission. This is telling us sometimes we forget the bigger picture, and 222 is there to remind us of the bigger picture and the main mission that we were sent here to accomplish. And then from the change expansion pack for this spread machine, we'll get one, hopefully one. Otherwise, I'm going to really run out of space. Look at that silver sheen on there. Really cool cards. Well, that didn't shuffle, but we can do it this way. 222, Spirit. What are we supposed to take? What are you doing? Okay. We are taking both of these. Are there 3? No, there's 2. So we have freedom. Freedom. Keyword flux. autonomy, independence, choice, liberty, sovereignty, exemption, forgiveness, self-determination, anarchy, disorder, and chaos. Yeah. There you go. That's a 222 message. That came out. Aspects of this came out in every reading. So, yep, this is definitely collective for us. Freedom. The more positive aspects of this are basically talking about having free will and being your own self. And then the more negative are talking about disruption and disorder, chaos, anarchy. You know, anarchy sometimes gets that meme culture all spun up that we should be in a state of anarchy. But there are parts of the universe and the society that create structure and order that are helpful for us. Yeah, we had that mentioned before about not throwing everything out, remembering the ancient, tried and true wisdom, traditions, tools, and techniques that are helpful for us. Don't throw them all out. Autonomy, independence, choice, liberty, sovereignty, exemption, forgiveness, and self-determination. Yeah, you're going right there. 222, freedom and legacy. That's hard to read. What does it say? History, culture, stories, impact, birthright, advancement, future, utopia, dystopia, inspiration, butterfly effect. Yeah, that came out as we were talking about throwing everything out historical or culturally that has been helpful for us in the past. And it's just reinforcing everything. There's a lot of talk in the collective, the different readings that I listen to on YouTube about a shift happening in the world right now. And our legacy is that we're part of that, bringing greater freedom and choice and liberty to the people in this world through forgiveness and compromise. Our legacy is that we're part of that, and that's pretty significant. 222 number for us is that we are all playing a part in a necessary and welcome change that's coming to the world. Welcome in terms of being beneficial for all, for the greater good. Not necessarily being welcomed by everybody, but welcome in terms of that it's something that needs to happen to move humanity forward into a better place. It wants this one too. Amplify in reverse, call to action. To strengthen, to increase the volume, to broadcast. Yeah. Okay, why were you in reverse? We're not sharing our message enough. Light workers and those that are trying to bring positive change to the world are not sharing our message enough. When you see 222, remember that it's okay to speak with strength and volume and broadcast your message. It's okay to do that. Okay, next, let's do... All right, we'll do this Color Goddess Oracle. We'll get some information from the Color Goddess Oracle. Colors are helpful for focusing or highlighting different aspects of the reading. Also, they correspond nicely to the different chakras. So 222. Let's ask specifically, is there a color that we can associate with 222 spirit? A lot of information is coming out in this reading, in the 4 piles, this collective. Can we have something simple, please? A color. Can we focus a color? Yes. Crimson. Not purple, not red. Not black, not blue. Crimson. Atonement, karma, penitence. There's a rose on there. She's got a pretty detailed pattern on her third eye and a pretty intricate, elaborate necklace between her throat and heart chakra. This is, if we combine red root chakra with purple-ish third eye crown, we get crimson. Spirit was just telling me that it's not one chakra, not one color that 222 means. It's a mix of things. And while I was looking for one thing, I didn't get it, but it's reminding me that this is a general collective reading and that 222 can mean different things to different people at different times in their lives and different situations they're going through. And then 222 is reminding us of karma. That came out in at least one of the piles about how things come and go. What comes around goes around. So 222, what comes around goes around. If I didn't say it in your specific pile, I'm throwing a lot of things out there that could be 222. And this is just reinforcing why I need to do that, because it means something different to different people at different times. And while that may not be a definitive single answer that you may be seeking, Spirit is reminding us that they communicate with us all in different ways at different times in our lives. And that when we see 222, we need to consider it within the context of the situation and point of life that we're going through. Don't get stuck on it meaning one thing. I do think it's helpful to have something in mind that you associate with the number 222, but what this is telling me is that it's okay to do that, to keep those little nudges coming and reinforce ourselves, but don't forget the complicated, interconnected nature of the universe, so much so that you see 222 and it only means one thing to you. It's asking you to remember to consider all the other factors that are going on around you to really make sense of that 222 number. With that, let's get a blind spot card. Yeah, Spirit doesn't want us limiting ourselves. 222. Spirit doesn't want you to limit yourself to one meaning. It wants you to remember all the different things that come into play there with communicating. When Spirit communicates with us, we are tempted to sometimes find the one thing and the one meaning. Spirit is saying, sorry, babes, it's not that simple. Yeah, remember that 222, it can be an energizing thing from Spirit to get us back on track and encourage us and reinforce us. But it doesn't mean just one thing. So this is the blind spot card that came out. I get this to serve as like a blind spot or things that we need to look out for. I think Spirit kind of mentioned that already with not limiting ourselves. So this is 57, reduces to 12, reduces to 3. I'm seeing a stick figure here and a path through something. 57 reduces to 12, which is a divine number, reduces to 3, which is really creation. This is Spirit telling us that our blind spot can potentially be forgetting about divine inspiration and co-creating with the universe when we're looking for the path, the one path. That it's a journey and there's different things that happen to us along our journey. It's not just one thing, but there is a path to take. There may be distractions. but there is a path to take, and we had destiny on this 10th house card. Yeah, we had this main mission card come out in reverse, so this is Spirit reminding us that our blind spot may be forgetting the bigger picture, getting too much in the weeds, getting too close. Somewhere here it said, yeah, you may need to put some distance between yourself and the situation because you're too close to be effective. Let's see what the creator of the deck says about this card. Blinding optimism is our blind spot. Yes, we try to remember the light, the good in the world, and the bigger picture, but we need to still be realistic and not ignore negative or dark things because we're trying to be positive. Remembering reality, confronting the negative, the darkness, without creating more darkness is challenging. If we react to darkness and negative actions with more negativity and more darkness, we create more of that in the world. But at the same time, we can't be so caught up in being positive and optimistic that we don't do what's necessary to move things forward. There was one reading that said, stand your ground and fight for what you believe in. And that is not necessarily a positive thing. Fighting is, but it could be, right? And this confront word on the Mars card is coming out, as well as this compromise, how we said we don't need to compromise if it's not contributing to the greater good, or if it's not what we feel is right to do. This compromise is generally good because it's people giving and taking to come to an agreement. But it can be negative too if we're the only one compromising, or if we're compromising our ethics and our morals and the things that we believe to be true in order to satisfy other people. Okay, so the creator of this deck says, basically don't let our desire to be positive and optimistic take us away from awareness and enlightenment. It's saying don't use positivity and optimism as a way to ignore things that need to be changed or ignore problems. Don't just say, oh, it's fine. Oh, that's okay. Mentioning earlier the word anarchy, and there's a lot of memes out there about that. And then with this, just saying it's fine, it's okay. There's that meme out there with I think it's a dog sitting at a kitchen table drinking coffee and the kitchen is on fire, and it's like, it's fine. It's fine. So it's not fine. Your kitchen's on fire. 222. Deal with the challenges that come up. Try to do so in a positive, helpful, constructive manner, but you need to deal with the challenges that come up. Okay, let's get some information from the Synchronicity Oracle. They're very appropriate for a 222 reading. Okay, you're all upside down, so let's not get some messed up reversals just because the whole deck was upside down. Back of the deck, Eagle. That's for someone there. Doesn't want me to talk about it right now, but that's important for somebody. Potentially if you see eagles or feathers at this, oh yeah, feathers came out in a couple readings. Potentially if you see feathers or birds at the same time you see 222, it's a reinforcement of that message from Spirit. That, yeah, we really mean it. This is a sign. If you see the two together, it's especially relevant for you. Okay. We have protecting love. Look at her. Those feathers are not going away. They were on that eagle card too. So yeah, that's Spirit coming out saying, yeah, those feathers, we mean it. When we see 222 and feathers together, we mean it. And it's protecting love. She's holding a little kitten. Cats are a sign of intuition, and the mysteries of life as well came out in one of the readings. 222, do what you need to protect love. Not only the things and people you love in your life, but the love that makes the universe go round. And then we have river. Water element coming through. Lots of flowers on that card. Let's see what the creator of the deck says for river. Flow. Surrender to the non-repeatable moments of time. Everything is in motion. Yeah, go with the flow. That came out as a strong 222 message for one of the piles. Go with the flow. And then because it says everything is in motion, trust in the universe. Go with the flow. The message from that pile was release. Go with the flow. Trust in the universe. Yeah, I'm going to repeat the main message from that reading because we just got done talking about how we can't be overly positive and ignore reality and the negative things in life. So that message that came out with flow, go with the flow, everything's in motion. That main message, 222, manage and take care of the things you can control. Let go of the things you cannot control. And trust in the universe and other people within our support network that things are in motion in the way they're supposed to be, and divine timing will take care of it. Go with the flow, release. Okay, so we're going to take, I've got two more cards. I have the Divine Doors and then an affirmation and question card. So let's take from the Divine Doors here what they want to say. I can't shuffle, you guys can. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay, 222 Spirit. What are we going to do? Oh, no? No. Just no. 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. You're little. Not half of the deck. I'm setting a boundary. Thank you. All right, we got Divine Guardian flipping over. Do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. Nice. And we have this imagery on the other side. It looks like a Buddhist monk going into some kind of ornate temple that may be ancient and overgrown with trees and branches there. May have been forgotten about. Yeah, that hidden knowledge, that hidden ancient, well, I say hidden, but that ancient knowledge that is hidden from us today because we forgot what our ancestors learned, but was well known to those who came before us and to our divine guardians. Do not be nervous today or tonight. Yeah, 222. It's going to be okay. Don't be nervous. The path you are on will lead you just right. 222, go with the flow. You're on the right path. You're headed in the right direction. You want to come here, don't you? Okay. And then the last card I have is the affirmation in question. Typically I say because that's the normal order, but if you watch the earlier piles, you know that this animal spirit oracle wanted to come out. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this for the collective part because it was so powerful in all the readings. Let's see. I'll shuffle and we'll see how it reacts. That card doesn't belong here. What are you? Panther. Nourish the soul. This is something that came out in one of the other readings. I guess I didn't. It just ended up there. So there you go. Yeah, we're okay. We're going to do that. Panther spirit, fire energy, nourish the soul. Nourish the soul to create a legacy of freedom. If nothing else, 222 wants you to nourish your soul. That's, of course, going to mean something different to a lot of different people. What is it that is nourishing to your soul? What helps your core self? 222, nourish the soul. Yep. All right. So this last deck has affirmations and questions in it. Let's get one of these cards, please, Spirit, for 222, a final affirmation, a final question. I don't know if you heard that, but this card just fell off the top of the Divine Doors deck. It says patience. This is what it looks like. Patience. Everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. Yes. There you go. That's another good 222 message, which also came out in some of the other readings. Be patient and let other people catch up. Everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. 222. It's going to be okay. Okay, let's get one more affirmation and question, please, Spirit. 222, final affirmation and question for people coming to this collective reading. It really doesn't want to give us one. No, it doesn't. One card? No. Two, 3. Okay. Well, yeah, okay. The main message, 222 collective, do what you need to nourish the soul. And that's the soul of yourself, the soul of others, and the soul of the universe. Nourish the soul. And then, because it's a collective reading, I'm going to lay these 3 out. This is maybe one will resonate for you more than the other. We have, where do I wish to be 2 years from now? 5, 10. What am I doing today to facilitate the realization of those dreams? And the back of it, affirmation is, I have the power to create my own future. That came out in one of the readings. If you went to the pile that said this about a wish fulfilled and you taking an active role in your life, this is a reminder for you that 222 is your main message from Spirit. When they show you 222, I have the power to create my own future. And then the questions to ask yourself again are, where do I wish to be 2 years from now? 5, 10? What am I doing today to facilitate the realization of those dreams? I have the power to create my own future. Co-creating with Spirit, but taking an active role in your life. What have I succeeded at lately? How can I reward myself for hard work? I am absolutely worthy of every good thing that has happened to me. Yes, you are worthy. Here's the questions again if you want to see. You are worthy. Let good things come into your life. It doesn't always have to be a struggle. And the last one. When am I most likely to experience negative thoughts? How can I encourage myself in these moments? My mind is an empty glass today. I will fill it with only productive and beneficial thoughts. Okay. So we had that message before about not being overly positive to the point that we're not being realistic. And this is saying that we can face anything. We can still try to be positive and face negativity by trying to be productive and beneficial. My mind is an empty glass today. I will fill it with only productive and beneficial thoughts. When am I most likely to experience negative thoughts? How can I encourage myself in these moments? There you go. I love how all the colors came through in different ways too. This is like a psychedelic tie-dye swirl. This is a neatly structured heart balloon, hot air balloon. And this is a nice swirly portal of color. All the chakras matter. All the energy centers matter. And it's going to be different during different times in your life and different situations you face and different people you're dealing with. They want you just to nourish the soul because it's going to mean something different to everybody. Nourish the soul, the main 222 message. To sum this up, do what it takes to nourish the soul of yourself, the people you interact with, the universe, and the earth. I hope you found this reading helpful and inspiring. Lots of different messages about the number 222 coming out. A lot of different things throughout the 4 piles in this collective reading that you can grab onto if it resonates with you. Let us know in the comments if anything resonated with you especially. I meant in a significant, powerful way. I'd love to hear what the different things meant to you that you heard during this reading. And I hope to see you in future readings, and thanks for spending time with me.